Have roll call.
Veronica Roundtree.
Here.
Rick Garrity. Ryan Duke.
Here.
David Hitchcock.
Here.
William Wainwright.
Here.
Tom Gage. Jordan Corbin. Lolita Barron.
Present.
We'll have approval of the minutes from our last meeting, January 26th. Do we have a motion?
A motion to approve minutes.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright, second by Ms. Varian. Vote?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
The minutes have been approved and second. Want to swear in the witnesses?
If you're going to testify, please stand and raise your right hand.
You're going to speak at all today.
You don't have to get up now.
Ma'am, you can stay there. Ma'am, you can stay there. Just raise your hand.
Do you affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, you have be seated.
Did you take those off?
Our first case is on page 3.
Did you take those stickers off?
Last four numbers is 3957.
We can skip over those two on page 3. They can be heard at the end.
Oh, okay. First case is on page 4, at the top of the page. 02580. It's 310 Courtland Circle. Code Enforcement Officer, Mr. Dennis Browning. The owners are Janet L. Gervin.
We're going to need it.
Dennis Browning, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. This is case LCE 17-02580. The address 310 Courtland Circle. The owner is Janet Gervin. The property was cited for a repeat violation referencing Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 307.4 for care of premises. The city's recommendation today is to ask the board for permission to effectuate the court-ordered permanent injunction to have the property brought into compliance.
State your name for the case.
Janet Gervin,
Are you the owner?
yes.
Okay. You have heard the court's recommendations. Do you have any comments?
Well, this has been done before, and and things were done to my property that were illegal. In other words, when they were cleaning it, they broke, can I take this off a minute?
Yes, you can.
I had a locked cabinet, which was an outdoor cabinet, and they broke the lock and took everything out. That's stealing, and so I would like to be able to, before they come, I want to be able to make sure that we understand each other, because I have things there that are legally there, and that shouldn't be happening. I would like an agreement with because the last time it happened, one of the code enforcement officers said, "You're allowed to have some of these," and I put them over on the side for you, and they were lawn chairs and things. And I appreciated that. And when I came back at the end of the day, they were gone. So those are things that aren't fair to me at all, because they also took, well, they told me I had time to take the paint away, and then they detained me, and then they threw the paint away while they were talking to me.
You say they who?
They had the police there one time, but they weren't needed. But they had the police there, and the police were.
The policemen took your chairs and paint away?
Pardon?
Who took your...
Excuse me. Jim Daney, Code Enforcement Manager for the City of Lakeland. Ms. Gervin's property has a permanent injunction with the court that was originally in 2012 or 2010, I believe, where the city was authorized by the court to go clean it up. We had executed that again in 2016, I believe, because the property continues to get complaints and concerns about the amount of debris located throughout the property. The items that she's talking about the code says you can keep anything that's built or designed to be used outside. The problem is that the items that were removed are not built or designed to be used outside. There was some confusion back then, I'm assuming that some of the items that were removed should have been allowed to stay, but they're not. All we're asking you today is to allow us, or allow the city attorney's office to move forward to take care of this injunction and allow the city to clean it up again.
And we can trust that your staff or whoever is there can make sure that none of the stuff that's not supposed to be taken.
Yes, sir. We've had staff from our staff. We've had LPD there, and the first time we did it, we had a staff attorney from the city attorney's office with us. So you can be assured that the city is not going to have anything removed that doesn't need to be removed.
I don't understand what it means. Fine a motion.
He's got to.
Well, I can add a little bit to this as well. There was a motion for an injunction that was filed back in 2010. The court did grant the injunction for the city, and what the staff's asking for you today is to authorize me to file a motion to enforce that injunction that we already have in place. I don't think that, I mean, obviously I'll follow whatever direction that the board gives me in pursuing that. But as what items can stay or can't stay, you know, it would be subject to the court. When, you know, once I file that motion, it would be the circuit court judge that would decide whether or not Ms. Gervin was actually violating the permanent injunction that's in place and what remedies that the city could pursue. It would be entirely up to the judge to decide. What we've done in the past is a motion to enforce the permanent injunction and for civil contempt, and the types of remedies that a judge could order in a case like that are very broad. But certainly I'll follow any direction that the board wants in pursuing that, and if there's anything that to highlight to the court, I can do that and follow the direction of the board.
Well, it needs to be cleaned up. That's terrible.
Right.
And this, we had a Citizen Action Center complaint as late as yesterday about this property. What happens is when the city has contractors bid on it, the lowest bidder, lowest most responsive bidder gets the job, and that turns into a special assessment along with the city administrative fees, like a demolition or a lot clearing case. So, but I can assure you, we will not. The city will not remove anything that's allowed to be out there per the code.
Okay. So with that, I'll make a motion to accept staff recommendation.
Second.
Motion to accept the staff recommendation by Mr. Wainwright, second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 Motion has been seconded and approved. We will accept the staff recommendation. They will get with you with more information about
I will be protected also. I have protections also, right? I mean, the police there, the police actually, well, I don't even want to say it in public what they did, but there's been extreme violations against me by the city.
Ms. Gervin, I would suggest that you consider consulting an attorney for, you know, obviously you do have rights and protections, but what's happened today is that the board has directed me to go file a motion to reopen the injunction case that you are familiar with that's been happening in the past. I've just been directed to go file a motion to reopen that, and so you'll be served with those papers, and then, you know, we'll be going in front of the circuit judge. I don't know when that'll be, but it'll be soon because I've been directed to do that.
So that's when I can explain my side.
Correct.
Judge. Okay.
Yes, and
There's more to it than
you're certainly entitled to hire an attorney to help you through that process as well.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Have a nice day. Our next case is at the bottom of page 4. 00762, 1108 West 10th Street. And the owner is Ian Vincent. Code Enforcement Officer Andrew Dozier.
Right. So Elizabeth Moyes is the owner, and Ian Vincent is looking to speak.
Okay, he's
And they-
speaking.
Speak first.
He's gonna speak first, and then she'll come. after.
Elizabeth will speak first.
She is, okay, okay.
Okay, Elizabeth Most.
One of you
Hold on.
have got to speak first.
First,
Well, you gotta read the case.
the officer's gonna speak first.
Yeah, we'll let the officer read the case and then we'll go.
Go ahead.
Andrew Dozer, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 18-00762. The address is 1108 West 10th Street. The owner is Elizabeth Moyes for violations of housing exterior. The date of violation was 2/7/2018. An order was put forth on 1/29/2019 that the case should be dismissed upon payment of $8,050. At this time, we would recommend the case be dismissed with payment having already been received in the amount of $3,475.07 from tax deed surplus.
Okay, state your name for the case.
Ian Vincent.
Vincent what?
Um,
Ian Vincent?
Ian Vincent.
Okay, all right, and state, you have heard the court's recommendation, what do you have to say?
The property, we were never notified that there was a problem with the property. I had people who inspected the property, who visited the property on a regular basis, and there was never, ever notification on the building.
So just real quick, the recommendation from the staff is that you're square, like,
You have demolished my building.
okay.
There was an excess of, I think, $60,000+, if my understanding is correct. And the city now has taken that money. How is it that they've taken that amount for a $3,000 excess? I don't know. I don't understand. But I have an affidavit from the person who maintained the property for me saying that at no time the city put a notification on the building. We live out of town. I think the city has an obligation to repay me for the demolition of the building, as there was never, ever notification given.
Okay, so just so I can understand the case better, maybe the total amount that was set was a special assessment because the building was demolished?
Not in this case.
Not in this case. Yeah, this case, there was the fines that were accruing from the housing violation. And once the building was demolished, that case was closed. The tax deed surplus paid the amount of $3,475.07. And so now we're recommending that that be sufficient to cover
The fines from that and the demolition?
no, negative, just this one case.
Okay. Fair enough on that. However, what's the other case now? We have
We would do one case at a time,
one
sir.
case at a time?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
There's going to be special assessments for the demolition of the building. That's going to be outside of what we talk about today.
Got it. So this is just for the existing fines that were assessed before the case was?
Yes.
closed. Okay.
And if you looked up, there was a picture that was just up there of the posting of the property, proof that the building was posted.
Where's that? Where was it?
They'll show you.
Where's the post?
It's
Between the window and the door,
What's that? There it is.
right between the window and the
How was
door.
that attached to the building?
Sir,
It,
I'm not
there's
positive.
something there, but there's nobody, neighbor to the right, neighbor to the left, neighbor in front. And the person who looked after said there was never a notice there, which means that it was never attached properly to the building. And the person who attached it obviously intended for it not to remain, because they realized that the owner of the building was not in the area. And for you to attach that with a bit of tape means that you intended for the owner not to get it.
Well, there's also, I mean, they have Polk County has their records for who owns a property, and there's an address listed, and it is, again, we've gone through this with other cases before, but it's legitimate for us to, or for the city to send notice through whatever address is listed there, or to post it to the building. That's sufficient as far as,
Not like that.
Is that the correct
I mean,
address?
I'm saying,
Pardon me?
Is that your correct address, 1108 West 10th Street?
That is our home. That is not our mailing address.
right. So outside, they can only operate off of what they have.
Again, I think they failed in completing the duties because they were supposed to have put that sticker on the building, that notification on the building, and to attach it in that manner means that they never intended for us to receive it. I'm looking for compensation.
Certain. So is there a legal,
It is up to the owner of the property
Yeah.
to
right,
update.
outside of the.
That's why I asked you to allow her to speak first.
Oh, certainly. I mean, we can hear from her. Right? I don't have a.
The property has since been sold in a tax deed sale, and neither of the respondents that are here today own the property at this time. Is that correct, sir?
Is the demolition assessment, has that gone to the city commission yet?
The special assessment demolition is already on the tax roll for whoever owns the property now.
Okay, so it's gone to the city commission then, for the equalization hearing?
It's already gone through the attorney's office to be placed on the tax roll.
Okay, for demolition assessments, they go in front of the city commission, and that is the forum that a property owner has to contest the validity of the demolition assessment, is in front of the city commission at what they refer to as the equalization board hearings. Okay. Every city commission meeting, you'll see on the agenda that the equalization board is meeting. That's where the city commission approves resolutions relating to abatement and demolition. And that's the place that a property owner would go and raise these kinds of issues. Okay. Sounds like that's already happened. So the opportunity has passed on that. What's before you today is the fines that were accruing pursuant to this board's order of the property being in violation for being in poor condition. And those daily fines that were accruing
Before the demolition.
Right.
before. And with tax deeds, as the statute is clear on tax deeds, it's Florida Statutes 197.552, and it clearly states that a lien of record held by a municipal government, when the lien is not satisfied due to the disbursement of proceeds of sale at the tax deed sale, it shall survive the issuance of a tax deed. So code enforcement liens are not, they're not eliminated by a tax deed sale. And just because the city receives some proceeds from that doesn't mean that the lien is satisfied. So what the city's recommending here is that even though the lien was not satisfied by the proceeds of the sale, we're willing to accept what we did receive and recommend that the board forgive the rest, essentially. So that's what's in front of you.
His issues with the other cases that we haven't heard, or in a different venue that you should be talking to, or missed the opportunity to, it sounds like, address the issue of demolition and what you're owed in that right. So for us, it's just, will the surplus, we consider that, enough to satisfy this. So, and for me, I'll make a motion to accept the staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright.
Second.
Excuse me, ma'am. I don't know if the other respondent wanted to speak.
For this case?
That's right. Miss.
Okay.
Miss Morris.
You want to speak on this case too?
He's not.
Oh, hi, my name's Elizabeth Moyes. I just want to, well, two things. I want to be clear, if the liens are dismissed totally, it was in excess of $26,000. You were mentioning about the tax deeds satisfying part of the lien. So am I to understand that the $26,000 is dismissed? That's my first question.
So the question for us would then be, is that based on the fines that were assessed because of the open?
What I can let you know is that this particular case, the fine was $8,050. We're asking the board to eliminate that $8,050 for the surplus of $3,475.07 for this case. A similar recommendation is going to be made for the other case, which is going to, if approved by the board, will eliminate those two fines. The special assessments for the demolition have been added to the tax roll. I'm not sure if it's a 2020 or the 2021 tax roll, but it's added to the tax roll, and that'll be the responsibility of whoever owns the property now. It won't be your
So
responsibility.
the demolition, when I last spoke to via email Ms. Alman.
Yeah, Renee Allman?
Yeah, and that's why I'm confused, because the amount she was talking about for the liens over time, it was up to what she had sent me, it was like $26,000. So I'm trying to understand what exactly is dismissed, and that's like, the numbers are so different from what you're saying.
There's another case,
There are
ma'am.
multiple cases, if that
Okay,
makes sense.
so then we're talking about just the $8,000 today
For this case.
for this case.
And then we'll hear your next case right after we do this one.
Okay,
Does that make
and, sorry,
That's okay.
and I do want to add on, I mean, I know Mr. Vincent was speaking about the mail not being delivered. I have something here that shows that the mail was returned to you guys, which says it was returned to sender, so that would let somebody know in your department that the mail was not getting to the owner. So what steps are taken in that case?
Correct. What you saw earlier was a photo of the property being posted.
But I'm not even, sorry, sir, I'm not even talking about the matter of property. I'm talking about the matter that mail went to you and your department got a letter back that says it was returned to sender, not deliverable.
Right, that's what I'm going to explain to you. What happens originally is we send out that certified notice, and if the certified notice comes back to us for any reason, the Florida statute says that we need to post the property of the violation. So what happens is when those come back, we don't post all properties when they're in violation and getting ready for a hearing. Only the properties where we get the return mail. So the officer, we got the return mail back, so the officer had to go out and physically post the property that there was a hearing for this case. And that's what you saw the picture of here, it's up there right now, of the posting of the property because the mail was returned to us.
Okay, I'm not trying to be difficult, but I understand you have a process. However, the way that I learned that the property was bought in auction was because a third party contacted me, and that's, you know, these companies that are trying to get a percentage of money, they were able to find me at my address. So I'm just like kind of floored that no further steps were taken to the point where the house got knocked down. So I don't know where else to go, what else to do in this case, but we have a house that was demolished and then the land that was taken, and it's kind of like outlandish.
The land was not taken by us.
Well, no,
Apparently
understand
the
that,
taxes
sir.
weren't paid.
I got that, understand that. However, the house itself was demolished without notification. What I'm calling proper notification,
Right.
as opposed to,
But what I'm saying is that we,
If you'll look, before we do a demolition, we order a title search. And when we order a title search, that's the address.
but what I'm saying is a third-party company was able to find me because they wanted a percentage of what they learned from doing their research that there was surplus available from the tax deed. They found me. That's a third party. That's not the city of Lakeland where the property was. So
You're right. So I can't speak to, the effort. Due diligence was done, and as far as you being sent notice in every legal possible way. The staff here is mostly, I think, in the room, so like it's not a ton of people. But the thing that I would just remind you is that if this property was in violation in 2000, I'm not even sure when the violation started.
2018.
18, it was your property in 2018. You were aware that it was your property. If no one else was keeping track of it or keeping up with it, then that has to fall to someone. And if the owner of the property is not going to be diligent and just maintaining or checking or whatever, there's only so much that the staff can do to chase you down. And if that's the only thing I can say. They did everything that they are legally required to do, as far as we can tell.
We've talked about this before. It's something that comes up a lot. The United States Supreme Court has addressed this specific issue with the return mail The case is Jones v. Flowers, and the Supreme Court has held that that posting on the property, when the city receives a returned mail that says that it was not delivered, so we're put on notice that we did not effectuate notice from that, going out and posting onto the property that is the subject property is sufficient, according to the United States Supreme Court. So we follow that, and that's our process.
So you're saying there's another case, the other case related to that property, is that related to the extra liens, the amounts?
That'll be the next case, once they vote on this.
Pardon?
Once they vote on this case, then we'll move to the next one. But it's gonna be very similar, except for you're gonna get a bigger break.
Okay.
So I made my motion, and it was second.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright, second by Mr. Duke. Do we have a vote?
Almost want to vote no just because they're not being grateful for the $4,500 we're forgiving, but I'll vote yes.
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 The motion has been second and approved. That the tax deed surplus, the amount $3,475.07 that's already paid, be dismissed on that case. The next case is on page 5, at the top of the page. Same owners, 00781 1108 West 10th Street. Ms. Mose, and is Ian Vincent going to speak also?
It would be pretty much the same
Okay,
info.
all right. Code Enforcement Officer, Andrew Dozier.
Andrew Dozier, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 18-00781. The address is 1108 West 10th Street. The owner is Elizabeth Moyes for violations of overgrowth, junk, trash, and debris. The date of violation is 2/7/2018. On 1/29/2019, an order was put forth that the case should be dismissed upon payment of $12,300. At this time, we would recommend case be dismissed with payment having already been received in the amount of $3,475.06 from tax deed surplus.
Would you state your name again for the case?
Oh, sorry, Elizabeth Moyes Vincent.
Okay. You have heard the court's recommendations. What do you have to say?
I guess if it's dismissed, thank you.
Quite welcome.
I'll make a motion to accept staff recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Duke. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 The motion has been approved, second and approved, that case be dismissed for the amount $3,475.06. Okay, do we have any more for them?
That's the last one.
Okay,
That's it.
that's it. Thank you, ma'am.
One last question, sorry about that. What do I do about the demolition? Who do I speak to about that ode? You said that's a separate issue, the demolition
The
fee?
demolition is a special assessment on the tax roll, so, you already spoke to Renee, right?
Sort of.
Because it's gonna be, whoever owns the property now is gonna be responsible for it.
Okay, and then I'll get something in writing that will say what the disposition of these cases are?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Thank you.
Have a nice day. Our next case on page 5, 01437 5063 Foxcliff Drive. Owners are Barbara Gates and William Phillips. We have a Gloria Hodgkin and a Lou Saprinio that's going to speak also. Code Enforcement Officer Chris Berry.
I'll be taking this, Madam Chair.
Okay.
Jim Daney, Code Enforcement Manager for the City of Lakeland. This is case number LCE 18-01437. The address is 5063 Foxcliff Drive, and the owners are Barbara A. Gates and William Phillips, Jr. The property is in violation of Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3 of the Housing Code for the City of Lakeland, and the violations are listed in the agenda. The date of the violation was March the 13th of 2018. The September 25th order was that the respondent shall be fined $50 a day effective September 10th of 2018 and run until the compliance is met. The property is sitting in a mobile home park in North Lakeland, and there's holes in the roof. The interior of the property is ridden with vermin, and there's no floor coverings. There's holes in the walls and holes in the floors. Code Enforcement Officer Christian Perry and myself were up there recently, as was Code Enforcement Officer Chris Berry. The property is deteriorated to a point where the city feels that it's not safe anymore. I had made contact earlier in 2020 with a property management company that said they were going to take care of it, and it has not got done. The neighbors are very concerned. As you can see, there's a lot of them here about their safety and about the rats and stuff coming from the house, plus their property values. So at this time, the city is going to ask that you authorize the city to demolish the structure, and we will put that as a special assessment on the owners. There is some people from the neighborhood that would like to speak if you'll allow them.
Okay. Anyone that has been sworn in and would like to speak, please come forward.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Lou Cipriano. I'm the architectural director for Foxwood Lake Estates, and we have about 22 people with me today. So this has gone on since Irma, September 10th of 2017. The house, according to the neighbors, was not well kept. And when Irma came over, it had 3 different roofs, which have now deteriorated beyond the point where the part of the roof is a fabric roof, and it's going into the people's property. Animals, feces, the smell, and you saw a sign up there by one of the neighbors who has been living with that for 3.5 years now. We appreciate if the board would recommend the demolishment of this house. It's been postponed. The sale of the house by I guess it's the Navy Federal Credit Union, has been postponed 3 times to 4 times. And COVID is a sign, you know, everything's COVID today. And the house is a disaster, ladies and gentlemen. I was going to go before Jim, and I want to appreciate Jim's help on this. I was going to go to Board of Health because there's black mold in there. Like I say, we trap animals in there, and it's disgusting. And I thank you very much, and our president is going to follow me up.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gloria Hodgson. I'm president of the POA at Foxwood Lake Estates. Ditto to everything that Lou said. The Federal Credit Union has had time to either sell this property or take care of it. They have not done so. And at this point, I agree with Jim, and that it should be demolished, taken away, whatever. But on the other hand, I have some other little questions I would like to ask the board if I'm allowed to. Number one, is the board allowed to have it demolished without going through the courts? Does it have to go through the courts, or you guys make your decision and it's a good to go?
You're saying once we make the decision here today?
Yes. Is it done? Is it a done deal, or does it have to go through courts, or what? What is the process?
This is the process.
So once you make the decision, it's good, correct?
Well, if you want to add anything to it. But
once the code board makes the decision, yes, but there is going to be notice going out, and there may be someone that will try to stop it for an appeal or something. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Tammy in our office will do a title search to make sure that everyone that has any interest in the property will be notified. And it normally takes 6 to 8 weeks before we can have it bid on, and then whatever the contractor situation. But this is the final step for the authorization of
You've
demo.
answered a lot of my questions. So we all would be notified and everything, because
No, not y'all.
Yeah, anybody who might own or have an interest in the property.
Right, because we have a lien against it, all right, and things like that, and once it's demolished, hopefully, could you tell me who's responsible for the outstanding debts?
Property owner,
The property owner is?
not the park.
No, thank you. So that's a good thing. So, all right, so anything that, the demolition, anything else, the property owner would be responsible for it.
The demolition, the administrative costs, the fine, which I don't know what it is today.
$44,850.
They'll be responsible for that.
Okay. All right. Just one more thing, and I think you answered it, but I want to make sure. You said this process can take up to 6 to 8 weeks? Is that correct?
It all depends on how long it takes to get the.
Yeah, but I know you'll push it right through, Jim.
Yeah. You need to look to your right before you say that, because that's the person you need to talk to. But it just depends on how many people are interested, and if we hear back from anybody that has interest in the property, and then we get it to purchasing, and purchasing has to put out a bid, and then we get contractors come look at it, and then we find out what they're going to charge us, and then we award the bid to the lowest, most responsive bidder, and then once the lowest, most responsive bidder gets it, they have to put it in their schedule.
Okay.
So I tell everybody 6 to 8 weeks, and that's crossing your fingers.
That's fine. Long as we can see it gone at the end of 8 weeks, it'd be great. Thank you. Have a nice afternoon.
Thank you. Okay. Board, do we have any comments or recommendations? Or is there anyone else that need to speak? Okay.
Need her name.
Jim.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Board. My name is Beverly Copeland, and my aunt and uncle just purchased a home directly across the street from 5063 Foxcliff Drive. And they're retired, and they're elderly, and they've paid good money for it. So any recommendation that you can put forth to get rid of this eyesore would be greatly appreciated. Most recently, they put up motion detector lights, and there's animals that are traveling back and forth from that home to theirs. They know because the lights keep coming on. So I don't know whether it's raccoons or possums or exactly what it is, but I want to thank you for your consideration and hope that we can move forth on this. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Is that it? Thank you all. Board,
I'll make a motion to accept staff recommendation.
motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Ms. Berrien. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 The motion has been voted and approved that the board that we authorize the demolition. Okay. Thank you. Okay. The next case is on the page 6, top of page 6, number 03699, 615 Hennessee Street. Owners are Gloria Falcon. Code Enforcement Officer Stephen Willis.
Stephen Willis, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number is LC 18-03699. Address is 615 Hennessee Street. Owner is listed as Gloria Falcone. Violation is Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 305.2, and as listed in the agenda. Date of violation was May 24th, 2018. The September 25th, 2018 order was the respondent shall be fined $50 per day effective September 10th, 2018 until compliance is met. The city's going to recommend deny the reconsideration as this violation is still open.
Did he leave?
Yeah, he did leave.
Okay, is Gloria Falcon here?
The individual took summary disposition for 2 other cases for the same address, so he understood that we were going to deny the reconsideration, and once he gets the roof completed, we're going to address this fine here specifically.
So does that change the fine amount then if he signed, or he signed summary for this but not this case?
He didn't sign anything for this one yet, no, sir. But once he said he'll have the roof complete sometime next week, he'll call me out, I'll come re-inspect, and then we'll deal with the fines at the next Code Enforcement Board.
I'll make a motion to accept staff recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Ms. Berrien. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 The motion has been voted and approved that we take the recommendation of the court to deny reconsideration. Our next case is on page 7, middle of the page, 04539, 1336 West 10th Street, Walter J. Polkey II, Code Enforcement Officer Daniel Povey.
Lakeland Code Enforcement Officer Daniel Povey. Case number is LCE 19-04539. Address is 1336 West 10th Street. Owner is Walter J. Polkey II. Violations are ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 305.3.1 for roof structurally sound and maintained and roof portion sections. Date of the violation is 06/21/2019. The order was December 15th, 2020. The city recommends that the fines be reduced to 10% at $1,715, admin costs at $383.09 for a total of $2,098.09 to be paid by August 23rd, 2021, or to revert back to the original fine.
State your name, sir, for the case.
My name is Walter Polkey. I'm the owner of 1336 West 10th Street.
Okay.
I was kind of hoping I could get the fines dismissed, seeing as how, obviously not the city's fault, but I was actually suffering from a brain tumor and had brain damage and was unaware of everything that was going on until it was too late. And then we had people that were going to come out and help fix the roof, and then COVID hit, and that fell through and never happened. And I didn't have the money to pay somebody to do it, and I was physically unable to get up onto the roof because of the brain surgery. So as soon as I was able to, I got up and fixed the roof and replaced the boards that needed to be replaced. So, I mean, I got it done as quickly as I could. Once I had my senses back, once I was able to, think properly again, and physically able to get up and do it myself. So if we could just hopefully dismiss the fines altogether.
When did you have your...
My surgery was January 30th of 2020.
2020, okay.
They discovered that I had a DVT end of February when I went in and had my staples removed from my head because my arm was all purple. And I've got photos of all that if that makes any difference.
Now, I just wanted to know because I was looking at the date of violation, it was June 21st of 19.
Right.
So it was a year before.
I have zero memory from 5 to 6 months prior to the surgery, and it had been seriously affecting me for 3 to 4 years before that. I mean, so much so that I was not opening any mail. I had stacks and stacks of unopened mail. When my mother came down to help me for the surgery, she found all this mail, and not only did she find these notices, but she also found where I had gone delinquent on my taxes, and my house was days away from being sold out from underneath me, and I had zero clue because of the brain damage. So luckily, I've finally gotten the back taxes paid up, so all I owe now in back taxes is the current year. And I've got the roof fixed, And not only that, I am taking out a loan and am in the process of actually having the entire roof replaced.
Mr. Povey, when was the last time you went out there?
The last time I went out there was December 15th, 2020. That's when I closed the case.
Okay.
Did you have contact with Mr. Polke in any of that time frame?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And he had told me his story.
When was it repaired?
I finally finished. I worked on it and replaced the holes in the roof, and I didn't know that he wanted the boards across the edge replaced. So I worked on replacing those, and I finished probably in November.
Is it in compliance now?
Yes, it's in compliance now.
Board, you have heard. What are your recommendations, or how do you vote? Have any comments?
I would like to make a motion to accept the staff's recommendation. However, give him a year to pay the fine of the $2,098.09 that extended to 8/23/2022.
Of the board, if I'm able to change my recommendation, to go ahead and dismiss the fines and just do the admin costs of $383.09.
I guess we can let your motion die and then
I will
make a new motion.
make a new motion to accept the staff's recommendation of administrative costs only.
Second.
It has been motion to accept the staff's new recommendation of administrative costs only of $383.09 by Ms. Berrien, second by Mr. Wainwright. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 A motion
I'd
has,
also like to clarify the pay by date stays.
Stays August.
Yes, August 23rd, 2009.
Yes.
Yes.
2021.
Or 2021. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we got you.
okay. You have heard the board's recommendation.
Thank you very much.
Quite well.
You have that time to make as small payments as you need to do it, and if you get to that date and it's not paid, you'll just come back before us and we can go from there.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on beating it.
Have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you.
The next case is at the bottom of page 7. It is 06876, 223 Normandy Street. Owner is Hester P. Collier. Code Enforcement Officer Stephen Willis.
Yes.
Stephen Willis, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number is LC 19-06876. Address is 223 Normandy Street. Owner is Dr. Hester P. Collier. Violation is ordinance of 3947, Chapter 3, Section 305.2, which is exterior walls and exterior maintenance, roofs, and portions of roofs. Date of violation was September 13th, 2019. The January 26, 2021 order was that the respondent shall be fined $50 per day effective June 5th, 2020 until compliance is met. Photos were taken on February 16th, 2021. The violation is still active, but the city is going to recommend changing the fine to $30 per day effective June 5th, 2020, as a summary disposition was taken on June 4th, 2020.
Mr. Hester?
Yeah, she's
Miss Hester?
just sitting right here in the front row.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we can't see because of the screen, so.
Okay.
You're
She has a
welcome.
mic.
Yes, she has a.
You have anything you want to say?
No, ma'am, you can
No,
sit
you
right
You can
there.
sit there and talk into the
As long as we
microphone.
can hear you on the microphone.
You can use the microphone.
You can
Yes,
just-
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, just talk right into that.
Talking to the microphone.
I didn't hear anything.
State your name for the case.
Oh, you want to?
Tell them your name in the microphone.
Oh, I'm Hester P. Collier, Dr. Hester P. Collier of Lakeland.
And what's your relationship to the property?
To the court now.
What?
We're trying to complete a job of redoing the area of the house that we have completed already. The items that were necessary to legalize the Chapter 3 of the problem of a new door, a roofing, and the setting of the yard. This has all been done, and the booker in charge has written the invoice now for the completion of this work. I think within a month or so, or within a time period. I did mail in the invoice that he has. The others were to have finished with the door, but they got really ill. You wouldn't believe it, with the virus, and everybody died, even the key man right in front of me went away and died. So we have to wait. It's sent in with the date that we are to have the complete job finished, but the main things required have been completed on the site. The booker of that work went away and died. So we do have a gentleman that came in to finish. He's to start in 2 weeks. He had already 3 houses to paint. So I don't know whether they have been in touch with him, but I did send in his invoice of the completion. But the completion could have been in with the finishing of the door with the head man of the operational site work. So I'm holding on. It will cost quite a bit, but that's all. The other work is doing quite well. The door and the roof of the Service Finance to Cincinnati, Ohio, that we are paying a payment to monthly. So that is going just well.
So Dr. Collier,
I don't do anymore. The people really got sick and they really died. Some of them have come back, or coming back within 2 weeks.
Okay. So Dr. Collier, I'm going to ask a couple questions.
We have the Jonathan painting on for completion beginning 2 weeks. We asked for more time.
You asked for more time?
In light of the virus.
So I just want to ask one quick question, Dr. Collier, and maybe Mr. Willis.
Do you need the, I have the invoice. I don't know what decisions.
That's okay, Ms.
Yeah, that's okay. My question is really more, maybe Mr. Willis can help. Has there been activity, so like if the code violation is for structure, roof, walls, I know she keeps talking about a door, but has there been any progress on
That is really nice. Here is the invoice from the book upon the completion.
Okay.
So it appears that some of the roof has been done, but there are some there's that one section that's still damaged.
Right.
I don't know about the status of that front door.
But is that, that's included in the violation?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the wall, there's still some wall damage, but it does appear like some work has been done.
Okay.
We have a specialist who's doing it. We have a specialist to fix that, rather than to have, a kid or somebody to work on it. So we decided to just have it done right. That's this bill.
Mr. Willis, can you just tell me the date on the invoice that she has there?
Yes, I can.
Okay. That's it. I sent it in.
Or if maybe the scope of work looks like what you've,
I don't see a date on the invoice, but it's for the pressure washing of the driveway, paint all the trim white, and paint spots with no.
Did ask about whether, whether you had the coverage here with a truss, that 15 or 20,000 truss coverage. If you do have that, you can get it from me at the Parker Courthouse if you need funds for that limitation, but I would prefer that first, but the money is there if you had trouble that way. The Parker section
it's just her.
here of your court here, I have a trust there.
So.
And there is money that you can use if you chose to do so.
Thank you, Ms. Collier.
Officer Willis, you did explain that you changed the per day fine?
Yes, ma'am. We lowered it from $50 a day to $30 per day. It went in as a blanket motion, and when it went in as that blanket motion, it went in erroneously as $50 when it should be $30 per day.
Got it.
When was the last time you were out there?
I believe the 16th or 19th, I forget the actual.
16th.
The 16th.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm not sure what else to do except to just, yeah, I'll also make a motion to accept staff recommendation and just trust Mr. Willis that you'll, as best you can, keep track of what's going on. And
He didn't wish to do the piecemeal. He wished to start it. The booker didn't want to do the piecemeal. He wanted to start this whole in the 2 weeks and finish it, and you pay out then.
so with this, Dr. Collier,
But we are all paid up with the completion. We thought that the painting would finish with the door, but he died.
so with this motion, Dr. Collier, we'll see you back once it's all done.
Okay. We have a motion.
Then we'll handle the
Yeah.
case and we can close it out from there.
We have a motion.
What are we to do?
So
You just focus on, yeah, getting that work done. And then we'll see you when it's all done.
yes, once your house is complete, then we'll have you come back and we'll hear your case and then we can discuss it and close it out from there.
Okay.
Do I get a note from you?
Yes, you will.
We have a motion by Mr. Wainwright, second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yeah.
Yes.
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 The motion has been accepted and voted and approved that we accept the staff recommendation.
What do I have to do?
Nothing now, we'll just do it.
I wasn't there the last time. I know what you do.
Ms. Hester,
Make it
Ms. Collier.
Yeah, I think she just.
Okay. Mr. Willis, just let her know
completion.
that, you'll be checking with her, and when she get things taken care of, she can come back. Thank you
ma'am.
very much.
Thank you, Mr. Willis.
Thank you, thank you so much. Next case is on page 9, at the top of the page. 415 West 7th Street. Case number 06367. Owner Alex Hopper Sr. and Martha Ella, a living trust. Code Enforcement Officer Mark Yelnick.
We got your name in there this time.
Alex Harper, Senior.
We'll let.
Wait just a moment, let the Code Enforcement Officer read it in.
Mark Yelnick, Building Inspection. Case PER 16-06367, located at 415 West 7th Street. The owners are as stated on the agenda. The violation is for Florida Building Code Section 105.1, permits required. Date of violation is 9/8/2016. The 1/26/2021 order stated this case shall be dismissed upon payment of $69,100. City recommends a 10% at $6,910, an administrative fee of $735.14 for a total of $7,645.14 to be paid by 8/23/2021.
Okay. State your name for the case.
Okay, Alex Harper, Senior.
Okay. And are you the owner?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
If you don't mind, let me pass this to you.
I can give him my tip, yeah. And that way you can start talking.
Reverend Harper, you got one for Mr. Yelnick?
Oh, yes.
Do we have one for the pictures too?
Thank you very kindly for giving me this opportunity to come before you. My situation is kind of a sad situation in the fact that the neighborhood in which this property is located is such a bad condition, and even the people who are living there were in such a, well, I would say, pathetic, nasty. And it was very difficult for me to get a contractor to go in and do the work that needed to be done. And so being a pastor and busy, people think that because you're a pastor, you ought to be quite lenient with them and let them by. And of course, when we got in the pandemic situation, it was difficult to get those people out of the house where we could take care of the work. So finally, at last, I was able to get Mr. Joe Rodman, who was a contractor, to come in and take care of the situation, and he got it all rectified and finished. So if it's any way possible that you see that it could reduce the amount that is being recommended somewhat, I would profoundly appreciate it to the highest, if there's any way you could to do that. Because a lot of contractors don't even want to go in that area and work. And I was told that they also selling drugs and all kind of things in that area. So this prevented me from doing, so it's just very difficult to get a contractor to take the work, to do what needs to be done. So that's why we delayed as we are. And yet I can't make all that as an excuse. But if you could see a way to reduce that somewhat, I would greatly appreciate it. Anyone have any questions to me?
So the day of the violation was 2016, but you're saying that you had tenants that were living there that were keeping you from doing the work? Or is that, I'm trying to understand.
Yes. And it was very difficult to even get them out. And what happened is they got these free lawyers for people who are having problems, and you try to evict them, and sometimes it's very difficult to even have them evicted to get the work done. So, yes.
What was done illegally that needed a permit?
There's a window and an electrical box?
Oh, yeah, that was part of it, but other, yeah.
Well, that's officer.
Yeah, the front porch was enclosed and there were windows added and electric work done.
What electric work?
The box on the side, there's a picture.
That I couldn't tell you. That was 4 years ago when they looked at and that was not me.
So the work was done without a permit?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, I was unaware that you need a permit to do that, and so after I was notified that you need a permit, then I was trying to get contractors to come in and get permitted and make sure it was cleared with the city. But I just had a bunch of runaround. It was very frustrating the way I met several times down at the office, in the permit office. And it was really a pathetic situation. So I'm just asking for mercy and grace. If you would kindly give me the benefit of a stupid man's idea, I would appreciate it.
Board,
Well, I was going to say, I think I want to make a motion to reduce the fine to 5%, which would be $3,455, plus the admin cost of $735.14, so $41.90 and 14 cents. And then I would also like to change the date to 2/23/2022 to give you a little more time and to reduce the fine. So that'd be my motion.
it has,
Question, are you saying you would like to reduce the fine of $6,910 to 5%?
Is that, yeah, half of that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll second that motion.
the motion to reduce the fine for a total cost of $4,190.14 and extend the date to 2022,
Yeah, so 2/23/22.
2/23/23 has been made by
22.
22.
Yeah. 2/23/22.
22.
Yeah.
Okay, has been made by Mr. Wainwright, second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 The motion has been voted and approved that the fine total is $4,190.14, has been reduced to 5%, and you have until February 23rd of 22 to pay it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it to the highest.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Our next case is right up under there. 06345, it's 615 Hennessee Street. Owner Joshua Medina, Code Enforcement Officer Mark Yelnick.
Mark Yelnick, Building Inspection, case PER 19-06345, located at 615 Hennessee Street. The owner is Joshua Medina. Violation is for Florida Building Code, Section 105.1, permit required. Date of violation is 8/20/2019. The 10/27/2020 order stated this case shall be dismissed upon payment of $4,900. The city recommends 10% at $490, administrative costs at $285.17 for a total cost of $775.17 to be paid by 8/23/2022. 2021. We spoke to the owner, and he agreed to this and then decided to leave.
I'll make a motion to accept staff recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright, second by Ms. Miriam to accept the court's recommendation. Let's vote on it.
Yes.
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 The motion has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation. Next, page 14. Case number 03288 is 1880 North Crystal Lake Drive. Code Enforcement Officer Christian Perry.
Christian Perry, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number LCE 20-03288. Property address is 1880 North Crystal Lake Drive. The owner is Willow Point Estates HOA Incorporated. Violations for Ordinance 5425, Section 4 for fence condition. Date of violation of July 24th, 2020. On December 11th, 2020, the order for a summary disposition was signed. They responded to the violation and request additional time to comply. Affidavit of noncompliance was effective February 10th, 2021. Inspections or photos on February 16th, 2021 shows the violation still exists. City recommends a $30 per day fine be imposed effective February 10th, 2021 and run until brought into compliance.
Okay. State your name for the case.
I'm Jennifer Stanton. I'm the HOA board president.
Okay.
We're talking about the wall on this?
In several spots, the wall, yeah.
This is the first I'm hearing that this was the wall. I thought we just got this violation.
No, this one's been open since July of last year, of 2020, and an attorney was here at the hearing on December 11th stating that they would get it taken care of. They were actually trying to obtain loans to get everything repaired, and I haven't heard anything back until yesterday. I spoke with Gary Ralston.
He's a homeowner. That has nothing to do with the wall.
That's all I know of is that Gary Ralston contacted me saying that the HOA will be taking care of it.
He has to do with your another code violation, not with the wall.
Okay. Well, either way, the violation's still there.
We have a very high stress level when it comes to City of Lakeland and code enforcement. We look like condos, but we're a homeowners association. We can't get help with trespassers. I've had to pretty much become the police in there because LPD doesn't help. So I've had to enact as the police in there. Our homeowners association dues are $215 a month. When reality, they should be between $500 to $600 a month. We maintain the common area entrance road from Crystal Lake Drive, 3 circle phases, pool area, main entrance, 64 units of roofs, paint, insurance, tennis areas, storage area, lighting, plus fence on the west side of the community and the wall on the east side of the community. Our reserves through the years were not properly funded and they were overspent occurred. I fight an uphill battle with the homeowners in here, trying to get them to understand that the $215 a month doesn't spend like it did back in 1980. Our homeowners are set in their ways and they don't allow us to approve special assessments or loans. And it has taken me 3 years to finally get approval for a bank loan. We did finally get approval. We went with our current bank, Centennial. We thought it was going through. I got word last week over a conference call, the loan didn't come through. So now we're reaching out to other banks to try and see if we can get the loan to come through. This wall, you should actually also be sending a code violation to the mobile home park that the wall is shared with because they are responsible. There is a recorded document in the court system that they are responsible to maintain half of this wall that is also on their property. So they should be receiving this code violation too. We have tried for 6 to 8 months to through our property management company to work with the mobile home park to try and get them to help with the expenditure of this wall. We don't have the money to fix it at this time because we have other pressing expenditures that need to be taken care of, such as roofs and painting and T111 and fascia boards that are leaking and rotted that we need to address. We have one bid on the wall at this time. The sections that you say are separating, the bid came in of $5,000 to $8,000 per section to rebuild. If you look at that picture right there, there's a tree on the other side of the mobile home park. I've gone over to the other side of the mobile home park several times, took pictures of the trees and the plants in the area and the disarray on the other side of the mobile home park, how the wall looks. Sent them pictures through our property management company asking them to maintain their side of the wall. We are not getting a response back. We've turned it over to the attorney at this point because we need to know what our legal avenues are at this point to get them to take care of their side. Our contractor said if we spend the $5,000 to $8,000 to make the repairs to this wall, it's not going to last because the trees are there and the roots are just going to damage the section again. So we're at a loss with this wall because this is a shared wall, so we need it to also go to the mobile home park, this violation. Maybe if they had the violation and somebody coming down on them besides us just asking them to adhere to the agreement, we might get some help with this. Unfortunately, with our homeowners, we have two homeowners that like to cause disruption in our community, and I, as a president, have shut them down in our community. I don't allow the turmoil and the unrest. And what they've done is now reached out to code enforcement, and they call them on a regular basis to come in and harass us. And that's what's going on now. It's not that we don't want to fix things. We literally don't have the money. We don't. We are working. I mean, I'm at the point where I'm going to have to tell our homeowners this wall, if we're forced to make repairs, I think we're going to have to completely destroy the wall and get rid of it and have it open to the mobile home park. And I'm going to tell you, the other side of that mobile home park is not nice. I don't want to, I can't stand what I have to listen to with the wall there and what I see with the wall there. I can't imagine how disrupted our peace will be if the wall's gone. But I would appreciate some help if the code enforcement would violate the mobile home park for their side of the wall, since it is shared.
You have a document that you can produce to show that they
Yes.
own?
I don't have it with me. I gave it to property management company, who gave it to the attorney.
So
But
on
it's
that,
recorded in the Polk County system. But yes, I can get it.
so on that note, when we cited the property, it was based off where the property was lying, based off of Polk County Property Appraiser's website, where we get that information from. So their surveys that were done is showing that that property line, the wall is on that side of the property line shared by Willow Point. Any agreement that was out there that is documented somewhere, we don't have access to that. I've never seen it. If you can provide that, we would be able to use that as an approach to send a violation notice to them showing that they're part owners of that wall, but we don't have that.
Does that make sense? So they
He
only
wants a
have,
copy of the, yeah,
How many units are in Willow Point?
64. Right now, the bank is denying us because majority of our units are rentals, which return on investment when you have a $215 a month association fees. We're an awesome community to be in because it's only $215 and we have a pool, tennis, and storage area. and because I work hard to keep it quiet in there. It's a nice community, and unfortunately, we're overrun with rentals.
So,
And that's part of our problems,
so,
and COVID.
so I'm gonna make a motion to accept staff recommendation only because even if we dismiss the case today with nothing, it's still gonna be a violation. Your rowdy neighbors are still gonna call Mr. Perry out. He's gonna cite it again. And so maybe this can serve as impetus for your other people in the homeowner association. You can be like, hey, you can pay more in homeowner association fees, or you can help settle the fine for it being in violation. So I'm gonna vote or make a motion to accept staff recommendation.
Which is what?
The fines will start effective 2/10/2021, $30 a day until it's brought into compliance.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright, second by Ms. Berryon. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
Anybody second that?
Yes, Ms.
Yeah.
Berryon.
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation of the fine of $30 per day, effective February 10th of 2021.
But I would encourage you to show Mr. Perry the agreement that you're talking about, and so that it could be a team effort in between the two, your neighborhood and the mobile park. You guys could maybe tackle it together. But it's just it'll continue to get cited as long as it's in violation, so.
We have more.
Oh, yeah, I'm not getting up.
We have more on here?
Two more.
Yeah, there's one on the top of this page that we skipped at page 14,
Okay.
and another one on 15.
Case number 03277, 1880 North Crystal Lake Drive, Willow Point Estates Homeowners Association. Kristen Perry is the code enforcement officer.
Christian Perry, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 20-03277. Property address is 1880 North Crystal Lake Drive. Owner is Willow Point Estates HOA Incorporated. Violation of Ordinance 5425 for surface maintenance and drainage requirements. Date of violation is July 23rd, 2020. The order on December 11, 2020 was a summary disposition, and they said that the respondent admits to the violation and requests additional time to comply. Respondents waive any defenses to the violation. Respondent shall have until February 9th, 2021 to comply, or a $30 per day fine be imposed. Affidavit of noncompliance was effective February 10th, 2021, and photos on February 16th, 2021 shows the violation still exists. At this point, the city recommends a $30 per day fine be imposed effective February 10th, 2021, and run until brought into compliance.
Okay. You have heard the code enforcement officer. What do you have to say?
Okay, so on the paving, we were told by our paving company, because we had roofs, we had 6 roofs that were to be done. We have the T111 and fascia board that were supposed to be taken care of. And then the painting and pressure washing that we thought was going to be bank approved and loan approved. The paving company said they did not want to do the paving before having the dumpsters in for the T111 and the roofs being done yet. They wanted to wait until all of that was done. They said that if they did the paving and we had the roofing company coming in, that it would cause damage on a newly paved area. We now have had the roofs done. We're at the point that unless we get the bank approved, we can't do the T111, we can't do the painting. So management company, I asked her this week to reach out to the paving company, ask them if they could go ahead and get us scheduled. We haven't heard back from them because that was yesterday that I talked to them, talked to the management company. So I don't know where she stands. So that's why we've been on the books, but it was held off. We took the recommendation of the paving company.
Makes sense.
Okay. Board?
I make a motion that we accept the staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mrs. Berryon, second by Mr. Hitchcock to accept the staff recommendation. Let's vote.
Yes.
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 So we're being fined $30 a day because we took our paving company's recommendation to wait.
Well, there's also other areas that are not being obstructed by trees that need repairs as well.
Yeah. So all the other things that you were mentioning, just as far as I can tell, are
We
not.
had paving company come out and do temporary patches
Okay.
twice.
Violation started July 23rd of 20. So,
And they've come out twice since July
Did you vote on
2020.
that?
Yeah,
motion?
we've already.
Voted.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify and make sure that the clerk, because the vote, did you get the vote for that last motion? Okay, thank you.
They didn't do it individually.
okay, next case,
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think you guys need to vote across.
Did you vote across?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
and then after that, then she started talking.
Yes.
Okay, well, I just wanted to clarify, because I didn't know if we had
Yes.
all the votes
Yes.
recorded. Okay.
Yeah. The next case is 03289, 1880 North Crystal Lake Drive, Willow Point Estates, Homeowners Association, Christian Perry.
Christian Perry, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number is LCE 20-03298. Property address is 1880 North Crystal Lake Drive. Owner is Willow Point Estates, HOA Incorporated. I'm sorry, did you say 289? That case is closed for no fine?
Right.
Closed with no fine as of yesterday? We're on page 15, sorry.
Okay, that's what she read in the.
Yeah.
So do we need to do a
Are
motion?
you gonna do the 3289? You can.
Yeah, I'll do it right now. Christian Perry, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number LCE 20-03289. Property address is 1880 North Crystal Lake Drive. Owner is Willow Point Estate, HOA. This case is brought into compliance yesterday, so we're going to dismiss this case with no fine.
Make a motion to accept staff recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright, second by Miss. Okay, I got to freeze there. Miss Barrier. Okay. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept staff recommendation. Okay, you said it's another one on page 15, in the middle of the page. Case number 03298, 1880 North Crystal Lake Drive, Willow Point Estates, Homeowners Association, Christian Perry, Code Enforcement Officer.
Christian Perry, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number LCE 20-03298. Property address is 1880 North Crystal Lake Drive. Owner is Willow Point Estate, HOA Incorporated. Violation for ordinance 4134, section 1, derelict vehicle. Date of violation is July 24th, 2020. The order on December 11th, 2020 was a summary disposition. The states the respondent admits to the violation and requests additional time to comply. Respondent waives any defenses to the violation. Respondent shall have until February 9th, 2021 to comply, or a $30 per day fine be imposed. Affidavit of noncompliance was effective February 10th, 2021. Photos on February 16th, 21 shows the violation still exists. The city recommends a $30 per day fine be imposed effective February 10th, 2021 and run until brought into compliance.
Again, state your name for the case, please, ma'am.
Jennifer Stanton.
What do you have to say concerning this?
Okay, so I have a question. Can code enforcement go into a driveway and if there is a vehicle with an expired tag?
So the way we observe these vehicles when we're in a situation like this is when we're out there checking our inspections for our other violations, responding to a complaint. Whatever we observe when we're in that situation, we can actually use that as a violation of that new time.
But we maintain the roads. They're in a homeowner's parking space, but yet you keep fining the homeowners association when they belong to homeowners. They need to be fined to the homeowners, not the board. These belong to homeowners. That unit right there is number 25.
Are those parked in common areas or in driveways?
Common area.
Storage area is a common area. That is a assigned parking space. That is storage area. and that has a tag, an up-to-date tag, and all our vehicles in the storage area have up-to-date tags?
Okay, if that one can be shown to me, that'd be easy to close out for just that one, because that's the one that's remaining out there that I can't verify.
It has a tag on the other side.
Okay, if it can be shown to me, then I can verify
And
that.
that truck has been towed, and I had to tow another homeowner's vehicle. So now homeowners' vehicles were towed, and I don't understand, and just like Unit 1, we send them a violation letter. The homeowners association is doing all that we can. We send them violation letters. They do nothing for us. Code enforcement is sending the board violation letters instead of directly to the homeowners. And then we're the ones getting nailed because then we are towing people's vehicles when if code enforcement would send them to the homeowners that are the actual violators, maybe it would be solved instead of us. And I don't understand why in a common area, locked, gated area, why can't my homeowners have their trailer in there if it is in there? Why can't it be in there whether the tag is current or not? Because it is our common area and it is locked and not for public use.
Jim Daney, Code Enforcement Manager for the City of Lakeland. The problem is the code is specific and it says that the vehicles must be stored in a fully enclosed, legally constructed building, which a parking area is not. The other issue is that the places that those vehicles are parked is not owned by the homeowner, it's owned by the homeowners association, because if it was parked inside their house, we would cite them, but because it's parked on property that's generally owned by the homeowners association and is deeded that way, we have no other choice but to cite the property owner, which is the homeowners association.
So the storage area, fine. I've towed everything out of the storage area that does not have a current tag. And I've had to deal with the death threats. So that's been nice because everybody knows where I live and I have to deal with the death threats from them. So everything's been towed out of there and all the tags are up to date in there. And the homeowners, they have their 2 assigned parking spaces. That's how our documents are written. It's their assigned parking spaces.
But unfortunately, their assigned parking spaces are located on property owned by the homeowners association.
So this is not unlike an apartment complex or?
I'm assuming, and Christian might be able to correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm assuming that the property owners only own what's inside the walls of their house. It happens a lot in condominium associations.
We're not a condo.
Okay.
We're
townhouses,
homeowners.
Homeowners association, but
We are a very tricky situation. We look like we're a condo, but we're not.
each person owns
We
their
are
own unit.
just like a homeowners as standing individual homes.
Right. So
It is a very tricky
the
situation.
homeowners own the individual units, and the parking lots and all is owned by the homeowners association. So because it's owned by the homeowners association, they're responsible for it. There's other areas in the city that, if you look at the parking lots and all, it's owned by owners of record, which means if there's 100, how many units do you have there?
64.
So there's 64 units, which means everybody in those homeowners association owns 1/64 of the parking lot. In this case,
No, they own more than that because they each have 2 parking spaces.
Okay, what I'm saying is if it was owners of record, if there was 64, each person would have 1/64 of that. But because it's owned by the homeowners association, the homeowners association is responsible for the vehicles parked on the homeowners association property.
Also, to kind of piggyback off of that, back in December when the summary was signed by the attorney, he stated something similar to this and said he would get me the documentation showing this, and I haven't heard back from the attorney since that day.
Are you kidding me?
As far as?
What does he need to get you?
The proof of how this is not a condo association. But either way, with it still being shared parking spaces as far as with the HOA, that wouldn't apply in this situation. That was going to be more for the grounds cases if it was already closed out.
So I guess what I'm saying is that the bottom line is that that the city has cited the property owner, the homeowners association, for the derelict vehicles.
Gotcha. So as we're to understand it today.
But when I called police out and asked the police, because if I, like the green car, I knew exactly who it belonged to, but I couldn't get a hold of the homeowner, so I towed him. Guess what he did? He calls the police, says somebody stole his car, called the property manager, and says, we need to have a meeting about safety issue. No, sorry, the board president had your car towed. Well, whose door is he knocking on raising hell? Puts me in a tough situation. So if I know who the car belongs to, will you go to them? Can we handle it that way?
According to the ordinance, we have to cite the property owner, which in this case would be the shared location of it.
I mean,
Do you see my frustration here?
I understand. I mean, but taking something from the city of Lakeland that was just delivered to you and passing it on to them, I mean, it should carry, just as much, if not more weight than the HOA. So then at that point.
I mean, I got drug deals being done in my community, and I can't get help with code enforcement to take care of them, and the police take care of them. I had to police that.
So here's what
But by God, I'll take care of this one too.
So what you're saying about the derelict vehicles, though, for this case, is everything is taken care of. Everything's
gone.
They've been towed, and then there's one that's outstanding that you're going to let him see, the one in the storage area or whatever.
I will unlock the gate and you can walk into it.
Right. So okay. So I'm gonna make a motion to continue this case to the next code enforcement board hearing, so that you have time to get with Mr. Perry, so that he can, and it'll, if it's all cleared up and it's good to go, then it's good to go. So that's my motion.
Just so you know, Officer Gullidge just told me that report of the vehicle being stolen was just taken today, so.
Yeah, because we removed it yesterday.
So he didn't know, the guy didn't know why his vehicle was stolen, but he understands it now.
Okay.
I don't know, I mean, I'm not saying he's happy about it, but he knows why.
He gets it.
Yeah, by the way, that was a Porsche that was towed.
There you go.
Okay. Board, we have heard, we have any,
Yeah, my motion was that we continue the case to the March code enforcement board hearing.
motion by Mr. Wainwright to continue to the March Code Enforcement Board,
Second.
second by Mr. Duke. Do we have a vote?
Excuse me, before you do, I probably missed it, but what is supposed to happen between now and next month?
One vehicle, everything else has been taken care of. There's one vehicle that's outstanding. I want to give her time to get with Mr. Perry to let him.
Okay, thank you.
Take it off. Yes. That's my vote.
I was yes. Yes.
We'll vote.
You can vote.
So it's to you.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yes.
Yes.
yes. The motion has been voted and approved that we,
Postpone to next month.
postpone it till next month.
Continue it
Continue to the next,
to the March 23rd.
March 23rd board.
Okay, I'll start talking to you that person.
Okay, has that been voted and approved? Page 17, at the top of the page. 0519 summary.
We'll hear that at the end.
Okay. 05232 1432 Baker Street, Baker Drive,
Which page?
on page 17 at McDonough, Corrine, Code Enforcement Officer Chris Berry.
Chris Berry, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case LCE 20-05232, 1432 Baker Drive. Owners are as listed in the agenda. It's a violation of Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3 for open storage and junk. Date of violation was October 20th, 2020. On January 8th, 2021, the order from the hearing officer was respondent shall have until February 7th, 2021 for total compliance, or $50 per day fine may be imposed. Affidavit of non-compliance was effective February 8th, 2021. City's recommendation is to impose a $50 per day fine effective February 8th, 2021, and run until the property is brought into compliance.
Okay. state your name for the case.
Patrick McDonough.
Okay. You have heard what, you have anything to say?
Yeah, I wrote some things down so that I could just read it and not forget. So this is, the last time I was here on 1/8, I had asked the court why I was having this, was getting inspected and what prompted an inspection. Was told it was to keep the city looking beautiful. That being the case, I nor my neighbors that live by me understand why that there is such an inspection. I try my best to maintain my property with the time I have to do it, being I work many hours and often on the weekends. I feel that this inspection was prompted by my neighbors, which he informs me that it was not, that do not live next to me and do not take care of the property. Because this is what I was told by the last code enforcement person the last time I had an issue with code enforcement. I feel that my wife and I are simply being harassed by code enforcement because of them pointing the fingers at us. Again, he said that they wasn't prompted by them. It had been before because they were violated and they know that I do, I scrap metal that I get from work. I have a trailer that I put it on. When the trailer gets filled up, I take it to the scrap yard to get a little extra money for myself. I do not have it scattered all over my yard. On the other hand, they do. So that was a different time. Also, when I was here last, the pictures of my front porch are taken using the zoom on the camera. I'm very uncomfortable with this and feel it's invalid, in violating my privacy, especially because my bedroom window is there at the porch as well. So I put blinds on my porch so as to block this invasion. We don't have zoom lenses on our eyes. So if we're sitting out on the road, my house sits pretty far back from the road. If we're sitting on the road with a zoom camera zooming in on my front porch to see things on the porch. What was that? We don't have zoom cameras on our eyes. Also wanted to mention that I tried to call Chris the day of the hearing. When the very day of the hearing, he came up to me after the hearing, asked me to call him after the hearing was over. I called him on January 8th at 12:35. He did not answer. I called again at 12:55, did not answer. This time I left him a message, as he requested me to do. Then again on February 16th at 7:27 p.m., the day of receiving this letter, I left a message knowing that he likely wouldn't answer due to the time. This is when I got home from work that day, because I'm up at 4:30 in the morning, and I often don't get home till 7 or later because I work in Riverview. I tried my best to take care of my property. The house is old and needs a lot of work. Let's see, what was that? I left a message knowing he likely wouldn't answer. This is also the time that I got home from work. Was very upset over this and didn't sleep well that night. I still haven't, to this day, received a call back from him. He called me at 9:15 this morning to talk to me. Also, I have lost 2 days of work to come to court due to this. Also don't understand why, if there is a specific problem that I need to fix, why that can't be written in the letter specifically so as to understand what it is I need to fix, as opposed to a code that is so general that it could mean I need to tear my house down and build a new one. Because these letters are so general, understand exactly what the problem is so that I can address it. So if there is something specific that a problem, why can't we write it that way? Along with the code information, which I understand needs to be in there as far as the legal part of it. So that I can understand. I also have pictures and signed notes from my neighbors to submit to the court. So if any of the neighbors that live next to me don't, none of the neighbors who live around me have an issue with my house or my property. And one neighbor lives, basically way her trailer is, it faces my yard. She looks all the way into my backyard. My other neighbor, the same thing. Neither one of them have an issue with my property. But yet, for some reason, code enforcement does. I did comply. I did remove the things from my porch. I did put the blinds up. I also took a picture before I left my house. These are pictures that I had taken, and I give that to. These are pictures that I took right before I left my house. Also, notes that my neighbors wrote.
Get those pictures from him, put it on, right?
Chris told me this morning when I finally did get to talk to him, he told me that I was non-compliant because they couldn't see if I removed the stuff from my porch. Well, kind of my understanding, the whole point in this is so you can't see if there's things on my porch. I have a small house, needs a lot of work. The people who owned a house before me, everything they did not get permits to do. They did room additions in the house. They did not get permits to do them. It has my dining room. The floor is literally caving in inside the house because they just took a porch and closed it in. And now the floor is caving in. Everything that Dave did in the house, I've had to completely start over with and redo. It's hard to do when I work the hours I do, and I'm the only one doing it.
Certainly understand that.
So in turn, I tend to put things in places where, because I collect material and things that I need to do repairs on the house, I also reappropriate things to help me make a little extra money on the side.
Certainly.
So anyway, I think I said all I need to say.
Okay, so the porch has been, what you're saying has been cleared up. The other things that I can remember from the pictures that were shown, Chris, was the tent and the tarp thing. Is that part of it, or is that not part of it?
So I wasn't the officer that opened this case, but the officer that opened this case noted in his notes that there was open storage inside that tent structure.
Tent thing. Okay.
I hadn't personally seen that because the next time I came back out, it was covered with a tarp.
Okay.
But I did observe the open storage in the screened-in porch area, which was visible all the way up until after the first officer hearing, and then the blinds went up to cover it.
Got it.
I did want to mention too that I do have plans on, and I called the power company. I do have plans on removing the temporary structures because I want to put a garage there, but I can't do it because a power line goes over top of there.
Makes sense.
I called, thank you.
Thank you.
I called the power company to find out what I need to do because I need to move the power line underground because I can't run the power line. They wanted to put a substation in. Well, it's going to take some time to do all that because they said I have to be responsible for digging the underground trench. I got all the information to do it. I just have to start moving forward with it.
Okay. So
I also found out that the telephone pole that is in the front of my house, I think it's being held up by my telephone pole, the telephone pole that's in my yard. It's something I need to talk to them about because it's leaning toward the road really bad, and the support cables that were on it aren't there no more. the cable that runs from that pole to the other pole is extremely tight. And I think if they pull that down, that pole's gonna fall over.
Well, let's worry about that another day, so.
Thank you.
If everything on the porch is cleared up, Chris, or Ms. Berry, are there other things that he needs to address outside of the porch? The tent thing, is that something that needs to be addressed?
If there's anything that's in there that's not supposed to be in there, any building materials or other items that aren't built and designed for being outdoors.
That you can see from wherever you are, right?
Go to some more pictures.
Correct.
Jim Daney, Code Enforcement Manager for the City of Lakeland. Unfortunately, because these items are not stored in a fully enclosed, legally constructed building, portable carports with tarps are not fully enclosed, legally constructed. And also, just because the violation was covered up by tarps or by walls or whatever it is on the screened room, the property still has to be inspected that the property is not in compliance.
That's what I'm getting at, yeah. So even if you say it's all clean, if he can't see it to close it out, it's still gonna remain open because he can't verify that whatever you cleaned up was actually cleaned up. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay, so.
Well, let me ask, isn't a part of having a carport to keep things out of the rain? Like, and that, like, the whole idea of having it in the first place?
Yeah, in the city of Lakeland, your car is the only thing that I think can sit outside of the rain. As anything else that's
Or anything that's built designed to be used outside.
You have a closed container that you would store patio furniture or something, but it's meant to be outside. It can be outside, but just open containers of stuff, you'll get cited for if he can see it. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. What would be the like if it's all cleaned up like you say, all you'd have to do is just have him come out and close out the case by saying, hey, look, this is it, it's clean. But if he comes out and sees either more or sees that it's not done, the case will continue to go. Does that make sense? So you can't just clean it and say you cleaned it and then pull the blinds and then him not be able to see it. It's still going to go. That's what I'm trying to get at. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, he had explained that to me when I talked to him this morning.
Okay.
I just want to bring that out again.
Yeah, I
Well,
this morning.
And another problem, sir, what you did just now was you admitted to operating a business at your residence by doing scrapping material there. I would suggest that you stop doing that because it's zoned residential and somebody's going to turn you in for operating a business at your house, which is essentially what you're doing when you're scrapping material in a residential district.
Well, this is the metal I have. It's stuff that I work at American Builder Supply, which we supply doors and windows.
Certainly.
I simply bring the metal home, put it in the trailer, and when I get a bunch of it, I take the trailer in, which is actually what I was going to do today.
Right. But anytime that it's stored there and it's seen there by a code enforcement officer, it is you can be violated for it because it's not something within code that you're allowed to do. So.
Okay.
So.
Board, how do we vote? What's your comments?
Right.
Recommendation?
Madam Chair, if I could make just a quick comment that the code, what the code says is that it's unlawful to store on any private property except in a legally constructed, fully enclosed structure. So I think that's the issue that we have.
It sounds like you want to do.
Here.
Right.
That
And
structure
I do
that's up
want
on
to
the
build
board
a
is
garage there.
not a legally constructed building.
But I have to go through some things to do it.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I understand that. Yeah. So what we're trying to do is keep you from having to come back before us because of this.
I do want to state though that temporary structure has been through 3 hurricanes. It's tied down really well.
It's impressive, yeah. It's impressive. But still, it's still not something that you can have. So with that, I'll make a motion, and I'll make a motion to accept staff recommendation, and you can just make sure that as soon as you're done, everything's cleaned up, you let him know. He'll close out the case, and then hopefully that's that.
Okay, I have no issue with that.
Okay.
Right. Motion by Mr. Wainwright.
Second.
Second by Ms. Berrien. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept staff recommendation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
The fine is $50 per day. effective February the 8th, 2021.
Okay, shouldn't be a problem. Thank you so much for your time.
Uh-huh. Page 18. 00504, 918 Murcott Street, Code Enforcement Officer Mark Yelnick. Owner Martin Carlos Faith. Mr. Yelnick.
Mark Yelnick, Building Inspection. This is case PER 20-00504, located at 918 Murcott Street. The owner is Martin Carlos. Violations for Florida Building Code Section 105.1, permits required. Date of violation was 1/16/2020. 1/26/2021 order stated this shall be continued to the February 23rd, 2021 Code Enforcement Board. Also an affidavit of noncompliance effective 12/07/2020. The city recommends a $50 per day fine effective 12/7/2021 and run until property is in compliance.
Okay.
I got a question. Why you want to put a $50 fine?
Sorry, we can't hear you.
Why you want to put?
Both of you are speaking?
No, I'm speaking for him.
Okay.
Yeah, he's English now.
Okay, and your name is?
Carlos Cortez.
Okay.
I'm his nephew.
Okay.
Why they charge him $50 a day for the fees?
So if I kind of remember this case from, can you kind of refresh us though? Is it that he needs a permit, or he didn't pull permits?
Yes, there are permits required, building, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing.
So then we sent him, was it your wife?
He submitted everything.
Yeah.
My aunt came with him in the other case, and he submitted all the paperwork already.
Okay.
He's going through the app that he submit all the plans and the pictures and everything, and he's not saying nothing more.
Okay, so this was January that we heard this case, right? Previously. And then I see affidavit of noncompliance on 12/7, but is there anything that we can see as far as permits being approved since the January 26th?
If I could.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
The building permit BLD 20-08877 was applied for, and a plan review was completed, and it was disapproved.
Needed notes.
And the applicant never responded to the corrections that were required.
All right, so this is what we're getting into last month. Is there were notes returned on the plans, is that correct?
That's correct.
That he needs to correct and then resubmit.
So he did the notes, and he sent everything back.
Okay.
And he don't got nothing else. He can show you on the phone, like where he got to log in to put the pictures in the plan.
Okay.
And he don't got nothing else, like to submit something else.
Okay.
That's why we receive it like a letter and we check it out, but he don't got nothing else to upload.
Okay. And the only record that we have that we can show is the notes that were returned, but nothing else was corrected past the last
meeting.
or his last submission for corrections.
Tammy, if you hit cancel on that, and you go to reviews, scroll down to reviews.
Where's that?
Keep going, right there. See where it says building 1 or 2 family? Okay. Those are the review comments, but it shows that Franklin Adams reviewed the plans. There should be a date in there behind that window if you close that out.
Right there, 11/17 on 12/8.
Yeah, that's when the plans were last reviewed, and we haven't heard anything since.
Does that make sense? So the last record they have of your submission or his submission for review was they don't have any response from the notes that they made.
I can show you the app.
Yeah.
Where they... No, pero está no lo clavo el teléfono. No, tú te metes para lo de enseñártelo.
So if we can see it on his phone, it should be shown here, correct?
It should be on here.
Right.
Case file says January of last year.
Should I go?
So there's a camera, I guess, that we can see.
Here's what they. That's what he's showing in the paper in the app. That's what he's showing on the website. We already went to there. Before that, it was saying something.
You can just fold it under.
I'm going to, after, second.
You can fold it under if you want to.
You can take it out if you want. You can take the phone out if you want.
Give me just a second, I got it, I'll take care of it.
Where when we went in, it was saying like everything that he gotta upload, that he gotta write some stuff. He write everything and he uploaded, like for sure. And now we don't got nothing else there.
So does this show your submission or his submission of notes?
Stretch it.
Yeah, or zoom in, Chris.
Yeah, yep, if I
can help you from it.
What is it then? Yeah, sure.
You can. It's better for you. Like, if you hit it there,
There's nothing there.
it's not saying nothing else.
Right, so we don't.
So we didn't submit anything.
The last time I submitted, it was like 2 weeks ago. All the writing and everything.
Okay.
And I was just inspector. Franklin. Yeah, I'm sorry. He tell us that we just gotta wait for if it was approved or not.
Did you go downstairs and talk to Franklin?
The days we came, they already know what's up down there. The days we came, they always tell us we just gotta wait for him. And when we give a call, he say he just gotta wait for all what we submitted, check everything.
Right.
We told him he was supposed to be here the 23 of this month, but we're still waiting for the approval.
So what
He got writings, what he write that he wanted.
what he wrote?
Franklin
What
wanted.
the notes that he
Yeah,
wrote. Okay,
everything that they put in the. When
Yeah.
you click the link,
Yeah.
it was supposed. There was a lot of.
Yeah, we
notes
saw that.
there.
So that was
he
from
put the notes. He put the pictures of the stuff and everything already.
Right, so
there.
that was from December 8th. Is that correct? Does it have a
No,
date?
The one that I submitted, it was like 2
Yeah,
weeks
absolutely.
ago, or maybe 3, not that much.
So in the system, it looks like, and correct me if I'm wrong, the only activity is from December 8th. That's the last entry?
That's correct. And what you're seeing in his phone is our E-Plan system. And
Right.
if they would have submitted the documents, it would have popped up in the review that you would have seen and track it.
Previously, yeah.
And it would have shown, because it's an automatic, it does it automatically. So that would be there. So there's either a problem with the way the plans are being submitted in E-Plan, which when that happens, a phone number pops up. It says, please call us. We can help you, guide you through the
If
software.
they don't do it correctly.
If you don't do it correctly. Or there's an email that's sent out within a week to the email address registered to that permit that'll follow up and say, we found that you uploaded plans, but it's not complete. If there's a problem, please call this number.
Okay.
So there's systems in place for this type of situation.
He said he don't got no email and nothing like that.
All right, so
from there, and that's what I'm looking, cause I see the they say in December, and from December and now in January we uploaded some papers, and then in February now we uploaded some papers too.
Okay. So, unfortunately, I the only thing I can think of is that it hasn't been done on your end correctly because there's no record of it in, like Mr. Yelnick was saying, in the eTrack-It system or even on the app that you have, right?
Because he's moving everywhere and putting everything. That's, I don't know why they don't look in there.
Right, but I mean, I didn't even see them on your phone though, on his phone, right? I'm saying I didn't see his.
Like when you hit the link, what you said, like the pictures of
No, or just his response to his corrections to the notes. That's what we were looking for on his phone.
Yeah, when
There
he
was
sent the
nothing.
link and we go to the uploaded plans place, it shows you a link. When I hit the link, it was showing you everything that
notes.
you're supposed to upload and everything you upload.
Okay.
Like yesterday, he told me like, oh, I went in and it's not showing me nothing. So I don't know why it's not showing nothing, but
Yeah, so
we
I
upload it.
would say if the last activity we can see is December 8th, and you said that you've submitted multiple revisions in January and this
Even I
month.
think Franklin and the people like downstairs, they may know because we've been calling them and we got proof that we've been calling,
Right.
From January and February.
Right, so yeah, because I remember you from last month, so I'm saying there's nothing showing, so it looks like you're not uploading it either correctly or there's some breakdown. So with that in mind, and since the case, I mean, it's been going on for a year, just to, so you guys don't have to keep coming back before us. I'm just gonna go and make a motion to accept staff recommendation, and then just stay on top. If you need to talk to Franklin downstairs or whatever, find the best way, the correct way to upload everything so that you guys can get past that.
Second.
A motion by Mr. Wainwright, second by Mr. Hitchcock to accept staff recommendations. And we have a vote?
Yes.
Oh, wait, just a minute, Mr.
Sir, I would recommend before they vote that you guys go directly from here to the first floor and show them whatever you got, ask them what you need and get it done, because the sooner you guys get it done, it's probably gonna be better than trying to be on the app to go down there and speak to someone face to face. So before they vote, I just wanted to let you know that I would suggest you go down there today, before it's too late.
Yeah, I go right now.
And ask them to print something out for you, since
Yeah.
it won't pull up on your phone.
Okay.
Maybe if you get a printout of what you say you done, then you have some evidence.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You gotta vote, I'm sorry.
We have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation of $50 per day fine.
So you have a $50 fine?
Until you're done, yep.
That's why you should go down there right now.
Yeah, go.
Okay. Next case is on page 24. At the top of the page. 06772, 1764 Bayview Drive. Owners are Michael Coon, Code Enforcement Officer Daniel Povey. We have a Nate Price also.
Daniel Povey, Code Enforcement Officer for City of Lakeland. Case number LCE 19-06772. Address is 1764 Bayview Drive. Owners are Michael C. Cohn. Is that saying Cohn? Coon? Coon. Violation ordinance. The violation is ordinance 5425, section 2.3.2, prohibited use. Date of the violation is 09/11/2019. The order was January 28th, 2020. States that the affidavit of compliance was on 12/16/2020, and the city recommends 10% fines at $1,825, admin fees of $460.13 for a total of $2,285.13 to be paid by August 23rd, 2021, or revert back to the original fine.
Sir, state your name for the case.
Nate Price.
Okay, and you are what to the property?
I acquired the property through a deed in lieu of foreclosure on 5/20/2020. And I was told that the property was vacant, only discovered the next day that it was well occupied. And I tried to proceed to offer them money to move because they were in violation. I also then proceeded to try to evict, and COVID set in, and I was able to get them to leave a couple of days, I think, before I came into conformity. We are renovating the property. I just would like to ask, I inherited a problem. I'm trying to solve the problem, and we are greatly improving the neighborhood. We'll have one of the nicest homes in the area when we're finished. And I am spending a lot of money, and I would like to save all I can to improve the property. And your consideration would be appreciated.
Board, do we have any questions, comments, recommendations?
I would like to offer to pay the administration fees and ask that the fines be zeroed out.
Sir, you did not foreclose on the property?
I took a deed in lieu of.
If it would have been,
How did you not know it was, you thought it was
Sorry?
vacant, you thought it was vacant land?
I'm sorry?
You thought it was vacant land?
No,
just
I knew
empty.
it was occupied, but the people I gave money to give me a deed in lieu of foreclosure said it was vacant.
Okay,
Or empty, not vacant, not just a piece of property. You knew there was a structure there. You just didn't know people were living in it?
Yes, I went there the next day and discovered it was very well occupied.
Okay.
I asked them to move, and they could not or did not. And I did proceed as soon as I was allowed to process the eviction, even though I could not go ahead and have the sheriff to deliver the eviction because of COVID. With that delivery, they did move.
You live local?
I'm sorry?
You live in Lakeland?
No, I used to. I live in Orlando.
Just curious why you didn't go by before.
I'm sorry?
I'm curious why you didn't go by the day before to see what's going on.
I came here
Neither
to,
here nor there, it's just.
yeah. I
helps me
had been dealing with the people, and I thought they hadn't made payments for 15 months. I thought they were, I started to say honest. That may be an improper term, but I took them at their word, and I drove by the property, and they said, no, it wasn't the owners that were living there. It was other occupants.
Are they still there?
No. They've been out since I came into compliance. The property is almost totally renovated now. It was the worst property in the neighborhood.
the fines were recorded in March of 20, and this gentleman took possession of it in May of 20, so if he would have filed foreclosure, the fines, we wouldn't even have been able to, we would have lost the fines to foreclosure. So,
Would you say that again, please?
I said, if he would have foreclosed on the property, we would have lost our lien on it. So, I would suggest that since the gentleman is willing to pay the administrative costs of $460.13, that we dismiss this case upon the payment of those administrative costs, since he's already put so much money into the property to bring it back into compliance. And what you were looking at, just for those of you who don't know, it was turned into a rooming house. So that's what it was. It was
It was a what?
A boarding house.
Oh, okay.
so.
They even rented the living room out for $300 a day.
That would be the new recommendation, Mus, is to dismiss it upon payment of $460.13, since he's already done so much work and put so much money into it and gone through all the process of trying to get his property back.
Okay, I'll make a motion to accept the new staff recommendation for admin cost only.
Motion by Mr. Motion by Mr. Wainwright, second by Mr. Hitchcock. Vote.
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to take administrative costs only $460.13 and dismiss the case.
Thank you very kindly.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Could you please put the August 23rd, August 23rd deadline, or it reverts back to the original amount in the order?
Yeah.
If the case is, if the fine is paid by August 23rd, 2021, or go back to the original cost.
Be paid in 60 days.
Is that all right?
Before.
No,
Is that okay?
I believe that was part of the staff recommendation, right?
Right,
Is
yes.
that correct? As long as the clerk's got it, I think we're good.
Okay.
By August.
Yes, sir.
Be paid in next 60 days. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Page 24, 01975, 1620 Sylvester Road, Karen, the state of Karen Kolaski.
He's no longer here. We'll hear that at the
Oh, okay. So both of those, okay. Page 25, 03779, 745 East Valencia Street. Keeves Son, Code Enforcement Officer Stephen Willis.
Sure there's other people in here, please?
Ming Churro.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Stephen Willis, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number is LCE 20-03779. Address is 745 East Valencia Street. Owner is listed as Kiev Sung-un. Violations ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 307.4, care of premises, overgrowth, open storage, and junk. Date of violation was August 12, 2020. The January 26 order was the respondent shall be fined $50 per day effective December 22nd, 2020 until compliance is met. Fine totals $2,050 for 41 days of non-compliance. An affidavit of compliance was effective February 1st, 2021. Based on that, city recommends 10% of the original fine, which is $205, plus administrative costs of $299.19, for a total of $504.19 to be paid by August 23, 2021, or revert to the original amount.
Okay, you have heard the court's recommendation.
Yeah, my
State
name is
your
Ming
name.
Chua. I'm real busy with wildfire and stuff out west, so my mom's back there, so I'm kind of help her out. This is only, she on fixed income, only Social Security, and she's one property she rent, so she can substitute her insurance and medical and all this kind of stuff, and she's over 83 years old. So, you know, I run all over the country, help out of the nation, out of the state out, and sometimes the letter is sent to her, and she laid there for a week. And by the time I get back, you know, I mean, it's like I have a couple of days to respond. Sometimes it past due. And then it's the best I can do, I will call Steve every time. And he knew I call him early in the morning. I mean, I bet call him like 20 times. Sometimes I get in, sometimes less message. So, you know, I mean, I just, if you can, you know, I mean, she's a fixed income. She only depend on this rent property to get her go by, you know, with utility and other stuff that she go with, medicine especially. So, and I'm a single parent, take care of my 2 kids. And then, you know, like I said, you can't dismiss all the fine. It's because of the situation that she couldn't read, she couldn't write, she couldn't hardly speak English. So I'm here on her behalf to please you all to, you know, drop that fine for her and give her a second chance.
This is where she lives?
Right.
Okay.
Excuse me, you saying your mom lives there?
No, my mom lives
I
this
just want-
address here, the property you.
Yeah, not the property where we met.
No, that's a rental property, yes.
Got it.
And I try my best, and Steve knows I try my very best when I got a real busy schedule. Go there, and you know the tenant is a pain in the book. Okay, I'm sorry to say that word, but it's real pain, and they couldn't, you know, they couldn't comply. And I did go help them many times. I say, look, you need tool, you need help. I come here to help you. I don't want any trouble with the city or anything with law. So I keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And Steve knows I keep pushing as hard as I could, and finally got to compliance. And
It came into compliance because they just did it?
well, I helped him over half of that. I helped him haul a bunch of junk out. with my expense, with my gas, with my trailer.
Yeah.
So my mom don't know this. She don't even realize I come here today, and just told her what you come here for. And she have a doctor appointment at 3 o'clock. Anyway, 3:15 I actually passed. I just call them out, reschedule doctor appointment. You know, but anyhow, the thing is, I just let her know because you know she has some issue with her health. I don't want to get into the problem to it. All the stuff I keep to myself. And whatever the problem with the house, and I do it for her without let her know. So right now, I just, if you please, you know, just drop her. She don't have any money. She just fixed income, and she just go by depending on his rent.
Excuse me,
Get her
you
by.
say that is your mother sitting back?
That's mine, sit right there. Yes.
Go. Veronica.
Jim Daney, Code Enforcement Manager for the City of Lakeland. Officer Willis and myself met with this gentleman at the property and his tenant and explained to him that there was going to be a fine and that they were going to have to work it out between him and his tenant as who paid it. It was pretty bad, and I don't know if it's still pretty bad. I don't know what it's like now. But there was a couple other issues with the property. We walked the property, explained what needed to be done, and so the gentleman and his tenant were well aware that there was going to be a fine, as Steve and myself told them that day we were there.
One thing, the only first time I noticed a fine of $50 a day, there was, I think at the end of February, when they called Steve at 7:05 in the morning. He looked over it, and then he said, well, there probably going to be a 2,000 something. I said, wait a minute, I did not receive any letter from the city say there will be $50 fine. When I saw the $50 fine, I called Steve, and Steve said, well, you need to get it done by tomorrow. So me and Steve met, so we tried to get everything done. And that $2,000, whatever he talking about, is kind of caught me off guard. I did not receive any letter, period. The only time I see it was about a week. I received a couple of days, and I'm not sure how long she left on the table. So once in a while I go to check her mail, and then I just saw it, and I called Steve right away the next morning, and that's caught me off guard, you know. So y'all give her a second chance, and I try my best to keep this tenant clean up. I go there, check regularly. I just, you know, I got too much stuff going on in my life.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is not a cost that you should have to, I mean, I'm not saying the fines, I'm saying it sounds like your tenant is the one that needs to understand that this is their responsibility, not only to maintain the property, but also to pay consequences for not maintaining the property. This
is an income property, not a residence.
Yeah, but I mean, if they're the reason, yeah, I know that's different, but.
I would like to make a motion that we accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mrs. Berrien,
Second.
second by Mr. Duke. Do we have a vote? Or other comment? Other recommendation?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
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 The motion has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation. $50 fine per day.
No.
Well, no.
Yes, done.
It was reduced
The reduced, to pay 504.19 by August 23rd, 2021.
504.19.
And you can pay as little as, you know, as little as you're able to up to that point.
Who do I send the check to?
They'll send you something in the mail in the next few days.
Next few days, 504? And so far, the property is compliant right now?
Yes.
Am I right, Steve?
Yeah, so this is for the time that it was not.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, so they can send me the mail?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna help her write a check and send them out. Appreciate it, thank you.
Have a nice day. Okay, who's up first?
Sir, do you have a case?
We have another case?
Come on down.
What's your address?
1433 North Amos? What page is that, Dan?
That is going to be 14.
Page 14.
14 and 15.
Let him read the case in, sir.
Okay, 03290 1433 Amos Avenue. Alan Daniel, Code Enforcement Officer Daniel Povey.
Daniel Povey, Code Enforcement Officer for City of Lakeland, case number LCE 20-03290. Address is 1433 Amos Avenue. Owner is Daniel Allen. Ordinance is 5425, section 4.3.1, accessory structure prior to principal structure. The day of the violation is 7/24/2020. The order of the violation is December 11th, 2020. And at this point, the city recommends a $30 per day fine be imposed effective 2/10/2021 and run until brought into compliance.
State your name for the case.
Daniel Allen.
Sir, were you sworn in?
No.
Okay, can you raise your right hand? Do you affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
And you are the
The owner.
owner of the property? Okay, what do you have to say?
Really nothing. I mean, I'm waiting on the city to okay the permit. I mean, the plans for the permit. So I can put a new house on the property. That's all I'm waiting on.
What is when you say accessory structure prior to principal structure?
There's no house.
That's an accessory structure that was pictured. Before I started working for the city, there was, I believe it was a mobile home that was demolished, and he had a certain amount of time to remove the accessory structure, which can't be on the property without a principal structure, i.e. a house or a mobile home.
Yeah, I've got a Connex there right now, full of building materials for the new house. And I've got another small building also full with windows and doors for the new house. So I'm just waiting on the,
Permit?
yes, the permit, yes.
Okay.
Once he gets the permit,
Where's it at in the permit?
What?
Crystal?
We're gonna check on your.
It's right here.
Click on that BLD 21.
I already did.
once he gets a permit.
Mark, is there anything you can tell us about this, Mark?
Is that the building?
This is the build,
Primary structure?
scroll to the top, Crystal, please.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's building a new single-family home.
Yes. Tammy, if you'd scroll down to the reviews, please. Yeah, right there where it says building 1 or 2 family was disapproved by Franklin on 218. If you click on it, the disapproved plan review comments will come up. Click on the yellow one.
Who's not?
He's not on Mars.
Oh. Okay, thanks, Mike. Man.
So there's a permit, I can hear what you're saying, the permit.
That was approved?
The permit is in a disapproved status.
Oh, disapproved status.
That need to be addressed by the architect.
You'll have to speak on a microphone.
Got it.
I'll try to get this for you, man.
The building permit for the primary structure is in a disapproved status, so those comments have to be addressed by the architect or engineer of the project.
Did you know that, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
They, what happened, used to you be able to come in and just talk to someone, bring some plans, and you can't do it anymore. So you got to submit everything online and everything. See, I don't do that. So I did everything I could do. I got a septic permit. I went and got the roof, the truss, everything about that. And so I had to get a general contractor to submit everything for me.
Yep.
Okay, as long as you understand. Board, do we have any comments?
Well, okay, once we get a permit, would that fulfill the letter of the law?
Technically, no.
It would still need a building.
Technically, no, you need to have a complete
The
building.
building would have to be done.
Accessory.
But where are you at in the process of responding to the building permits needs, the building division's needs?
Well, I called him yesterday morning, and he said he had to send in something about air conditioning, something to the air conditioning company or something of the sort. And it was something about what was it? It was something else. It was two things.
It said T-pole.
Maybe because he's already submitted the plans and he knows what he needs to do. Maybe this is another one of those cases where we need to just continue it till, what's this, February, March, till the May Code Enforcement Board and see where he's at with it. I mean, right now, the only way that he can bring it into compliance is to demolish it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if he's got the plans, to build the house, you know, we're about compliance. We don't want him to have to tear the building down, build the house, and then build another accessory building. So, I think the best way to handle it at this time would be to continue it till, what did I just say? May? What's this, February, March?
I'm gonna look it up.
As soon as I get the okay on the plan, I'm starting.
1, 2, 3, 4.
May 25th. Yeah, because we don't want you to tear the building down and then,
No, you're 6 months away.
Yeah. Yeah, you won't have a house, but we could still revisit that.
well, yeah, the house isn't going to be built, but as long as that there's progress, we can work with them. Again, what you guys do is, the only thing you can do right now is either fine him and then you have to tear the building down, or we kick the can down the road, and if there's no progress, we might get back to that point.
Yeah, we can
But as long as there's progress, you know.
I'm cool with that.
See, I can't tear the building down because it's full of.
No, we don't want you.
We don't want you to tear the building down. That's the whole purpose.
We're saying that would be a way to bring it into compliance, is if there's no building there, then you don't get cited for it.
That's the only way you can bring it in compliance right now.
We want you to have a house there.
So instead of fining you, what I'm asking the board to do is to continue this case till May 25th. And then as long as you got some kind of serious progress going on, you won't get
I'm
fined.
a long ways by then, as soon as I can get the.
Yes, sir, that's what we're hoping.
That's what we want to see.
Yeah.
It's entirely up to the board. That's just a recommendation from us.
I move we
Continue,
continue it until the May board meeting.
25th.
May
May 25th?
25th board meeting.
Okay. Motion by Mr. Hitchcock,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Wainwright. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to continue this case until the May 25th Code Board meeting. Okay?
Hold on, sir, you got another one.
Okay, never mind.
On page 15 at the top, 03292, 1433 Amos Avenue.
Daniel Povey, Code Enforcement Officer for City of Lakeland, case number LCE 20-03292. Address is 1433 Amos Avenue. Owner is Daniel Allen. The violation ordinance is 5425, Section 5.17.3.3. Construction and storage trailers permitted and regulated. The date of the violation is 7/24/2020. Order by December 11th, 2020. Affidavit of noncompliance effective February 10th, 2021. And the city also recommends to continue this to the May 25th Code Board.
I'll make motion to accept staff recommendation.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright, second by Ms. Berrien, to continue this case until the May 25th Code Board meeting. Vote?
Yes.
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 It
Mr. Allen,
has,
I just wanted to explain to you what happened, because it's the same thing. The only way you can bring this property into compliance with that container is to remove it.
Yes.
So since you got all your stuff stored in there, you don't want to remove it.
Right.
So the board is doing the same as they did with the primary, or with the secondary structure. The accessory building is continuing it with the hopes that maybe you'll take all that stuff out of there, start building a house and get it out of there.
Once I get the building started, the connect's going.
Got it.
Because all my windows and doors,
Yeah.
stuff is in there.
Don't tell the world that.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Triple lock on
Okay.
Have a nice day, sir.
it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You have a good day, sir.
Okay, is there any more? No? Okay. Which officer are we gonna have first?
Me? I guess that answered that question. Page 2, please.
Okay,
What I'm gonna do is, hopefully you'll be all right with it. I guess Jared should be here to make sure he's all right with it. We have 6 summary dispositions that are signed by a person that just purchased some properties over in Poinciana. Yeah, they're all in Poinciana. And what they need is a partial release of our liens that are attached to their properties in Poinciana. So what I'm hoping I can do, and as long as you guys are all right with it, is read you the case numbers and the addresses, and then each of the addresses in Poinciana that we're going to ask you to release, issue a partial release on behalf of the city of Lakeland to release our liens from the property in Poinciana. Make sense? Anybody have any questions before I get going?
Why would you do that?
And why are the liens in Poinciana?
Because the owner of the properties in Lakeland have liens on properties in Lakeland, but they don't, this other person, other entity, bought the properties in Poinciana, and our liens are encumbering his properties in Poinciana.
Okay, there's a reason for the lien. Why would we give up the liens?
If they're in the city of Lakeland, we don't. If it's a property that's in the city of Lakeland, we don't. But if there's somewhere other than the city of Lakeland, we
We don't lose leverage then to get stuff done too?
no, because the fines are still going to be on these properties. It's only the fines are encumbering all properties in Polk County that this entity owns. Okay, so we're not getting rid of the fines. We're just eliminating them from these properties in Poinciana. The fines are still going to be on 504 Carroll and all the rest of these addresses. We're not asking you to reduce or eliminate the fines. We're just asking you to remove them from those properties in Poinciana.
Can I ask a question? Okay, is Tarpon 4, are they working on the violation of zoning? I mean, are they actively?
Tarpon 4 is not working on anything. That's the problem. Tarpon 4 is who the liens are against, that are holding down Brock Holman of Holman Capital Group LLC. We're not eliminating fines. They're still going to owe us the fines. It's still going to be on all the properties in Lakeland, but we're just
Poinciana one's nicer because somebody else will have it.
right.
Does this person that we're releasing from, do they have any ability to make corrections on the properties that were the subject of the lien? Or
You mean the owner of the properties in Lakeland?
yeah,
The owners are the same in Lakeland, so the liens are still going to attach to anything they
we're
own
just
here.
releasing the other property.
We're releasing the properties in Poinciana. We're not releasing properties in Lakeland. We're not reducing the fines. We're just releasing these ones in Poinciana.
So that they can be sold to someone else.
I don't know if they're going to be sold or if you already bought them. I'm not positive on that, but yes. So what I'd like to do is read each case and then all the addresses in Poinciana and then go on to the next one. Is that all right, Madam Chair?
Motion at the end of that?
I would, if it's all right with the chair, yes.
Unless you want to parcel them up into different.
okay.
Okay.
The way you want to do it is fine with the board.
Is that all right with you all? Okay. The first one's on page 2. Jim Daney, Code Enforcement Manager for the City of Lakeland. This is case number ending in 20817. Its address at 504 Carroll Avenue, and I'm going to read these. I'm going to read the addresses and the parcels in one time for all of these properties in Poinciana. The addresses that we're going to ask you to issue a partial release for are 307 Dogfish Way, Poinciana, Florida 34759. The parcel ID is 282802934710-01362120. 545 Cardinal Drive, Poinciana, Florida 34759 282725. 934-060-074912. 310 Drum Court, Poinciana, Florida 34759 59282802934710 131050. 302 Salmon Way, Poinciana, Florida, 347-59282802934710-034030. 505 Peace Drive, Poinciana, Florida, 347-592803934760-066-030, and 1626 Sale Drive, Poinciana, Florida, 347-592802934710-01920.
Yeah, but those numbers are not what he was reading.
Yeah.
No, they weren't.
Yeah.
That's it, that's it for that one.
So I'll just make sure that we're all clear on what's being requested. We've got, and this is page 2, item number 2. This is the 504 Carroll Avenue, correct? So we've got a violation that's out there that continues to exist. And what the staff's asking is that because Tarpon 4 owns multiple properties throughout Polk County, the lien that was created because of the violations on Carroll Avenue, it encumbers all the property that they own in Polk County. And so the staff is requesting that the liens that are associated with this violation at 504 Carroll Avenue be partially released from the list of properties that you just read off.
And only those properties.
And only those properties. So the liens would continue on 504 Carroll Avenue
and anything and all the rest of these
other addresses that we're about to address with Tarpon 4,
and anywhere else in Polk County. It's only these.
Any of the others, but we don't know if they're selling those properties that you're listed or not, or how did this
on Dogfish Way and all these ones that I read.
Yeah,
they are. They're either sold already or they're going to buy them as soon as you guys do this today. They're buying them.
Okay, why did we put a lien on them in the first place?
Because it's the same owner. What the code states is it's the same owner, and all the violations that person owns in Polk County, the liens encumber all them properties. Now, this gentleman that I talked to, Mr. Brock Holman, he also has to go to Lake Wales, Polk County, Auburndale, all this, anywhere that has Tarpon 4 fines, he's got to go and do the exact same thing that we're doing today with those other entities, with those other jurisdictions.
Well, I can tell you that I'm familiar with Tarpon 4 from Tampa because they had significant amount of abandoned property in Tampa as well. So apparently it's something that they do all over the state, is buy up property and then don't take care of it and then work out these kinds of deals. And the releasing the liens does remove some leverage that we would have to try to get Tarpon 4 to fix the property, but in my experience in dealing with them, they don't really do anything. So
the hope is that Poinciana can recoup these properties and then they can do us a solid later.
If this gentleman that's come asking for the partial release is trying to buy the property, then
more likely to do something with it than Tarpon.
Well, they are going to do something with it. I mean, that's
not helping us any. It's helping Poinciana.
Yeah.
But we're just getting left with less leverage for Tarpon 4.
But it really doesn't affect us at all, because if we have the liens on these properties in Poinciana, it doesn't really have any effect on us.
Then why did we put liens on them in the first place?
Well, the liens happen automatically. So when we have, like, for example, the case that's in front of you, this 504 Carroll Avenue, it's when we recorded that order that found that property in violation and imposed a fine, we automatically, that order against that property, it's called cross encumbrance. It cross encumbers every property that Tarpon 4 owns.
Why did they do that?
In 2012.
Why did they do that?
It's for leverage for the local government. Yeah.
In 2012, though. That was when, that's the day of violation.
Yeah, but they're still.
It's extremely unlikely that we would pursue the foreclosure of a cross encumbered lien. So, in other words, I have never been involved with a situation where we went after property that wasn't the subject of the violation in order to try to.
But you
theoretically we could, but it's something that I have not seen any jurisdiction do. And I've never personally been involved with it. So, but it.
I don't see the benefit to letting them off the hook. I mean,
No,
we're trying to be
But
nice.
see, we're not letting them off the hook.
Well, you are because they got pressure on them. We're not going to release them. And they can't sell it and make, I mean, those lots in Poinciana are going for 15, 20,000, 25,000 apiece.
Because they still owe us whatever the fine is today and every other day at 504 Carroll Avenue and all the rest of these addresses that I'm going to read off. We're not giving up the liens. We're not.
No, but you're,
Well, the board has, the option of either doing the partial release as requested. One thing that I've seen in the past also is that when buyers come in that are interested in redeveloping these other lots that are encumbered, that they can present some kind of agreement, and that gives the board the assurance that
agreement of what?
that they're going to, what they're going to do to the property, and that gives you the board the assurance that
They
it's.
done that on these 504 Carroll?
I mean,
Here's the problem where we're at today. I negotiated this through a summary disposition with Mr. Brock Holloman. If you don't want to do this, that's fine. It's 100% fine. But these summary dispositions are all what the city said that we would do and that they agreed to. And if it's not what you're going to agree to, then you just need to let me know so that we can get back with Mr. Holman and tell him that we are not going to do this, that you did not agree with the summary disposition saying that both parties agreed. And then we'll have to continue this to another date when Mr. Holman can come in here and present his case. But we're not just, we're not in the money business. And yeah, if Poinciana is going to get helped out, I'm sure we get helped out on other ones that other people own and other.
Because the only hope for any kind of rehab on a property like this is that somebody else takes it over.
And we would never do that in Lakeland. If there would, you'll never see a summary disposition or us request a partial release of another property in Lakeland without getting something for it. We're not asking this person for anything. But a lot of times we'll ask for the fines up to date, the costs, 10% plus the cost, something.
Put it in the sale price or something.
And it would still roll. The fines are still going to roll on the other case, but that's the only way. We're going to get something out of it for the trouble and the work of the staff and the board and the attorney's office and.
10 years of work.
So.
Do we want him to present his case?
If you want me to present the rest of them, I will. If you won't, then we'll just stop. We'll put it in we'll just deny all of them and we'll roll to Mr. Holloman. It's entirely up to you.
How many do we have total?
6. There's 6 properties. And that's what my plan was, to read the addresses in one time and read the case number and address and just do them all in a, we've done it before, 6.
So, Mr. Scott, you can make a motion against the staff recommendation, and then it can be seconded and we can vote on it, right? Or we can accept staff recommendation and you can vote against as we.
Well, whatever, yeah, probably, well, okay, I move to deny staff recommendation.
Do we have a second?
I second because I want the presentation. I would like more understanding of what's going on.
We have a motion to deny the staff recommendation, second by Ms. Berrien. Do we have any more comments or do we have a vote?
I'll vote yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
And I guess these are all denied reconsideration. I'll let you know right now that this is the first time this board has ever gone against our summary dispositions that we work hard for to get with people to make a difference in Lakeland. I understand you think it's not gonna, but let's just read these in and be done with it. Jim Daney, Code Enforcement Manager for the City of Lakeland. I already read this when he denied 504 Carroll Avenue, 821 North Lincoln Avenue, 220 Tarawa Street, another one at 220 Tarawa Street, 821 North Lincoln Avenue, and another one at 220 Tarawa Street. We will ask you to continue these all until the March 23rd Code Enforcement Board. That'll give us enough time to give notice to Mr. Holloman that he needs to appear.
Motion to accept staff recommendation?
A second.
Which is to continue this next.
We're going to continue all 6 to,
March 23rd.
A motion has been made by, who did the motion
Me,
again?
sorry.
Okay, motion made by Mr. Wainwright,
Thank you, Mr. Perry.
second by Ms. Varian, to continue all 6 cases until the March 23rd Code Enforcement Board. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 Motion has been voted and approved that we continue until the March 23rd Code Enforcement, all 6 cases. Do I have to call the address out for them?
I'll just confirm with the clerk. If Tammy, are you clear on what cases were postponed through that motion?
I took it all 6 of them are being
Right. We just wanna make sure.
continued. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Now, where are we? Who's up first?
Read out what page first.
Yes, ma'am. Page 18. Third one down.
Okay.
Mark Yelnick Building Inspection, case PER 20-02691, located at 818 Golden Rule Court South. Owner is Donald and Anna Davis. Violations Florida Building Code Section 105.1, permits required. Date of violation was 6/12/2020. AOC, recommending AOC dismissed with no fine.
Motion to accept staff recommendation.
Motion by Mr.
Okay.
Wainwright,
Sorry, I was thrown by.
Second.
second by Mr. Duke. Do we have a vote?
Okay, what?
The recommendation on the agenda is different than his recommendation. His recommendation was that it's in compliance, and he voted, or recommended dismiss with no fine.
Okay, so, okay, yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to
Did you get the second?
accept the recommendation.
This is also on page 18 at the bottom. Case PER 20-02814, located at 2052 East Edgewood Drive. The owner is Gentili Corp. Violations for Florida Building Code Section 105, permit required. Date of violation was 6/23/2020. City recommends AOC dismiss with no fine.
Motion to accept staff recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Ms. Varian. We have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept staff recommendation. Next.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I'll go next. The first case is at the top of page 3, ending in 3741.
Okay.
Stephen Willis, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case number ending in 3741. Address is 1117 Gilmore Avenue. Owner is GPS Pro 5 Corp. Violation was care of premises. Date of violation was June 4th, 2012. The April 25th, 2017 order was a partial release is granted for the property at 2509 Chestnut Woods Avenue from the operation of this lien upon payment of the $751.50, which that payment was made. City recommends to dismiss this case with additional payments received totaling $1,651.50.
I'll make a motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Ms. Varian,
Second.
second by Mr. Wainwright. We vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept staff recommendation.
The next case is right underneath that. It's the one ending in 3957 615 Hennessee Avenue, or Hennessee Street, excuse me.
Okay.
Stephen Willis, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number is LCE 16-03957. Address is 615 Hennessee Street. Owners listed as Gloria Falcone. Violation was Section 86-2, lot clearing, overgrowth, junk, trash, and debris. Date of violation was June 17th, 2016. The March 27th, 2018 order was this case shall be dismissed upon payment of a reduced fine of $2,126.38, provided said amount was paid in full on or before March 27, 2019. City recommends admin costs only of $460 to be paid by February 23rd, 2020, or revert to the original amount.
Motion.
February 23rd,
22.
February 23rd, 2022.
Okay.
And that was a summary disposition that was taken today.
I make a motion to accept the staff's recommendation.
Motion by Ms. Berryon,
Second?
second by Mr. Wainwright. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 Did you get the total
on that one?
It has been voted and approved to accept the staff
Did you get the
recommendation.
total?
Next.
The next case is right underneath that, 03958 615 Hennessee Street. Stephen Willis, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number is LCE 16-03958. Address is 615 Hennessee Street. Owner is Gloria Falcone. Violation is ordinance 4775. It's posting of building numbers. Date of violation was June 17th, 2016. The March 27th, 2018 order was this case shall be dismissed upon a reduced fine of $247.08, provided said amount is paid in full on or before March 27th, 2019, or the fine will revert to the original amount of $1,450. Individual took summary disposition today, February 23rd, 2021, so the city recommends admin costs only of $243.24 to be paid by February 23rd, 2022, or revert to the original amount.
We have a different amount here.
Yeah, I think I did summary today, you said.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that's just,
You said 271,
no, 243.
243?
243.24.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to accept staff recommendation.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright, second by Ms. Berryon. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 The motion has been voted and approved to accept staff recommendation.
All right.
Next.
And my last case is on page 6, ending in 7984, and that's 517 West Robson Street.
Okay.
Stephen Willis, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number is LCE 18-07984. Address is 517 West Robson Street. Owner is listed as 5T Wealth Partners LP. Violation is ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 307.4, care of premises. Date of violation was November 14th, 2018. The November 19th, 2019 order was this case shall be dismissed upon payment of $10,450. A summary disposition was signed on January 25th, 2021. Therefore, city recommends dismiss this case with admin costs only of $348.15 if paid by August 23rd, 2021, or revert to the original amount.
I make a motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Ms. Berryon, second by Mr. Wainwright. We have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
Page 12,
12.
top of page 12.
Okay. Okay.
Christian Perry, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 19-07343, property address 413 Plum Street. The owner is Terry Baldwin. Violation of ordinance 3947, section 3. The city recommends that the case be dismissed with no fine. The property is brought into compliance on February 22nd, 2021.
Make a motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Ms. Berryon,
Second.
second by Mr. Wainwright. We have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendations. Dismiss with no fine.
Also on page 12 at the bottom.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Povey?
Daniel Povey, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case number LCE 20-01685. Address is 2461 Chestnut Woods Drive. Owner is Mariana 2 LLC. The city recommends that the case be dismissed with no fine as it was brought into compliance. Affidavit of compliance was filed. Sorry.
I make a motion we accept the staff's recommendation.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Berrien, second by Mr. Hitchcock. Can we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. This is on page 2 at the top, 933 West Queen Street.
Okay.
Saniqua Marshall, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. This is for a case ending in 31860 at 933 West Queen Street. The respondent signed a summary disposition agreeing to reduce the fine 10%, which is $7,390 plus admin costs of $742.13 for a total of $8,132.13 to be paid by August 23rd, 2021, or revert to the original amount.
Make a motion to accept the staff's recommendation.
Motion by Ms. Berrien,
Second.
second by Mr. Hitchcock. Vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation.
Okay, next, page 4. The address is 1925 West Walnut Street.
Okay, yes.
Which one?
Ms. Marshall?
1925. We are requesting, Saniqua Marshall, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case LCE 17-04061 at 1925 West Wall Street to be continued to the April 27, 2021.
I make a motion.
Could you hear me?
April 27th.
Okay.
We accept the staff's recommendation.
Motion by Ms. Berrien,
Second.
second by Mr. Wainwright. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation that case be carried over to April 27th Code Enforcement Board.
Okay. The next case is on page 10. The address is 215 West Belmar Street.
Okay.
Saniqua Marshall, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case LCE 19-07590 at 215 West Belmar Street. The owner listed is Sisson Family Holdings LLC. The violation is for housing ordinance 3947, and these sections are listed in the agenda. The date of violation was October 4th, 2019, and to be corrected by November 24th, 2019. The city is recommending compliance by March 23rd, 2021, or a $50 per day fine be imposed.
Accept the staff, I make a motion we accept the staff's recommendation.
Motion by Ms. Berrien,
Second.
second by Mr. Wainwright. We have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendations.
Next case is on page 11 at the top, 333 Valencia Place.
Okay.
Saniqua Marshall, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case LCE 19-00912 at 333 Valencia Place. We request to continue this case to the March 23rd Code Enforcement Board hearing, March 23rd, 2021.
Board?
Motion to accept staff recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Duke. I can't, sound like I heard that one first. Vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation to continue to March 23rd Code Board
The next case is on page 17. The address is 201 Scottsdale Loop. Saniqua Marshall, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. This is case LC 20-05470 at 201 Scottsdale Loop. We recommend to dismiss this case with no fine.
Make a motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Ms. Berrien.
Second.
Second by Mr. Wainwright. Who vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation.
Okay, the next one is on page 22, 422 Boger Boulevard South.
Page 22.
Yes. Saniqua Marshall, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case LCE 19-02759 at 422 Boger Boulevard South. A summary disposition was signed by the respondent, agreeing to pay the administrative cost only of $469.42 to be paid by August 23rd, 2021, or revert to the original amount.
I make a motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Ms. Berrien.
Second.
Second by Mr. Wainwright. We have a vote.
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendations.
The next one is on page 23. And the address is 811 Mandarin Street.
Okay.
Saniqua Marshall, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. The case is LCE 19-04299 at 811 Mandarin Street. A summary disposition was signed by the respondent to pay 10% of the fine, which is $1,182 plus administrative costs of $418.03 for a total of $1,600.03 to be paid by August 23rd, 2021, or revert to the original amount.
Motion to accept staff recommendation.
We have a motion by Mr. Wainwright.
Second.
Second by Ms. Berrien. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 Okay.
It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation.
Okay. And the next one is at the bottom of the same page
Okay.
at 1331 Oak Hill Street.
Okay.
Saniqua Marshall, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. The case is LCE 19-05594 at 1331 Oak Hill Street. A summary disposition was signed by the respondent, agreeing to pay 10% of the total fine, which is $2,185, plus administrative costs of $518.42, for a total of $2,703.42 to be paid by August 23rd, 2021, or revert to the original amount.
Motion to accept staff recommendation.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Wainwright, second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation. Thank you, Ms. Marshall.
Put that up a little bit there.
Page 2, the second one from the bottom.
Okay. Mr. Dozier.
Andrew Dozer, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. Case ending in 4575. Address is 639 West 3rd Street. The owner is the estate of Gerald Footman for violations of house repair. Date of violation was 8/10/2010. An order was put forth on February 24th, 2015 that the case should be dismissed upon payment of $42,390. This time we have a signed summary to reduce the fines to administrative costs only in the amount of $921.65 to be paid by 8/23/2021 or revert back to the original amount.
I make a motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Berrien, second by Mr. Wainwright. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the recommendations.
This next one down. Andrew Dozer, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case ending in 7511. The address is 639 West 3rd Street. The owner is the estate of Gerald Footman for violations of unsecured building. Date of violation is 8/26/2013. An order was put forth on February 24th, 2015, that the case should be dismissed upon payment of $21,350. This time we have a signed summary for the fines to be reduced to administrative costs only in the amount of $346.47 to be paid by 8/23/2021 or reverts back to the original amount.
Motion to accept staff recommendation.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Wainwright, second by Ms. Varian. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation. Next.
It's going to be on page 4, third one down.
Okay.
Andrew Dozer, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 17-07569. The address is 639 West 3rd Street. The owner is the estate of Gerald Footman for violations of derelict vehicle. Date of violation was 11/17/2017. An order was set forth on 11/19/2019 stating that the case should be dismissed upon payment of $30,750. This time we have a signed summary to reduce the fines to administrative cost only in the amount of $518.38 to be paid by 8/23/2021 or reverse back to the original amount.
Motion to accept staff recommendation.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright, second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation.
It's on page 8, the second case down.
Okay.
Andrew Dozer, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 19-07466. The address is 840 North Missouri Ave. The owner is Valerie D. Smith for violations of overgrowth, junk, trash, and debris. The date of violation was 10/2/2019. An order was set forth on February 25th, 2020, that the case shall be dismissed upon payment of a reduced fine of $359.55, provided that the amount be paid in full before February 25th, 2021, or it would revert back to the original amount. At this time, we have a signed summary wishing to extend the payment deadline to February 23rd, 2022, or it will revert back to the original amount.
Motion to accept staff recommendation.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Wainwright and second by Ms. Varian. We have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation.
It's going to be the top of page 17.
Okay.
Andrew Dozer, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 20-05194. The address is 1038 Omohundro Ave. The owner is Harry Vega. Violations is for derelict vehicle. Date of violation was 10/16/2020. On 1/8/2021, the respondent signed a summary disposition stating that he shall have until February 7, 2021 to comply, or a $30 per day fine will be imposed. An affidavit of noncompliance was filed on February 8, 2021. As of this morning, we have an affidavit of compliance totaling 15 days of noncompliance, equaling $450. At this time, we have a signed summary disposition, reducing the fines to 10% for a total of $45, plus administrative cost of $198.97 for a total of $243.97 to be paid by 8/23/2021, or reverts back to the original amount.
Make a motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Varian, second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendations.
Have a great day.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Dozer.
Page 5. It's the third case down. Dennis Browning, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland. This case LCE 18-02177, the address 147 Carolyn Drive. The owner is Michael David Rogers. The owner did sign summary disposition agreeing to the following recommendation: to reduce the fine to 10%, which is $120, plus administrative cost of $157.04, for a total of $277.04 to be paid by February the 23rd, 2022, or revert back to the original amount.
Okay, board.
Motion to accept staff recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Hitchcock. Vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation.
Case right below that, case LCE 18-03661, the address 1727 Roanoke Avenue. The owner is James Hall. The owner took summary disposition agreeing to the following recommendation: to reduce the fine to 10%, which is $3,935, plus administrative cost of $551.06, for a total of $4,486.06 to be paid by August the 23rd, 2021, or revert back to the original amount.
Motion to accept staff recommendation.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright, second by Mr. Berrien. We have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation.
On page 6, it's case LCE 18-04022, the address 147 Carolyn Drive. The owner is Michael David Rogers. The owner did sign summary disposition agreeing to the recommendation of 10%, which is $3,245, plus administrative cost of $469.42, for a total of $3,714.42 to be paid by February the 23rd of 22, or revert back to the original amount.
Make a motion to accept the staff's recommendation.
Motion by Ms. Berrien,
Second.
second by Mr. Wainwright. We have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendations.
On top of page 7, it's case LCE 18-08568, the address 147 Carolyn Drive. The owner, Michael David Rogers. The owner did sign summary disposition agreeing to the following recommendation: to reduce the fine to 10%, which is $130, plus administrative cost of $140.72, for a total of $270.72 to be paid by February 23rd, 2022, or revert back to the original amount.
Make a motion to accept the staff's recommendation.
Motion by Ms. Berrien,
Second.
second by Mr. Wainwright. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation.
Top of page 8, it's case LCE 19-07355, the address 1727 Roanoke Avenue. The owner is James Hall. The owner did sign summary disposition agreeing to dismiss this case subject to admin costs only of $485.78 to be paid by August the 23rd, 2021, or revert back to the original amount.
Motion to accept staff recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Duke. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation.
Bottom of the page, LCE 19-08391, the address 315 East Poinsettia Street. The owner is Pablo Falcon. Mr. Falcon signed summary disposition agreeing to dismiss this case with admin cost of $399.41 to be paid by August 23rd, 2021, or revert back to the original amount.
We have a motion.
Motion to accept staff recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Duke. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation.
Page 16, This is case LCE 20-04524. The address is 2903 Redwood Avenue. The owner is 2903 Redwood Land Trust. The property was cited for violation of Ordinance 4134, Section 1, derelict vehicle. The date of violation was September 15, 2020. The January 8, 2021 order was that the respondent shall have until January the 18th, 2021 for total compliance, or a $50 per day fine may be imposed. Staff, the property is now in compliance as of February the 16th, 2021. We would ask that you impose that fine to run for 28 days of noncompliance. That fine would total $1,400 for those 28 days, and we would ask that the case be dismissed subject to payment of that amount.
Motion to accept staff recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Hitchcock. We have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation.
Page 21.
Okay.
This is case LCE 18-03702. The address 1727 Roanoke Avenue. The owner is James Hall. The owner did assign summary disposition agreeing to pay the administrative cost of $597.72 by August 23rd, 2021, or revert back to the original amount.
Motion to accept staff recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Duke. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation.
Okay, page 24.
Okay.
Case LCE 20-01975. The address is 1628 Sylvester Road. The owner is the estate of Karen Koloski. The administrator of the estate was here earlier, signed summary disposition agreeing to the administrative cost, or excuse me, agreeing to the 10%, which is $245, plus administrative cost of $380.79, for a total of $625.79 to be paid by August the 23rd, 2021, or revert back to the original amount.
Motion to accept staff recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Duke. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation.
Bottom of the page.
Okay.
This case LCE 20-01976. The address 1628 Sylvester Road. The estate of Karen Koloski. The respondent took summary disposition agreeing to the city's recommendation to reduce this fine to 10%, which is $145, plus administrative cost of $299.19, for a total of $444.19 to be paid by August the 23rd, 2021, or revert back to the original amount.
Motion to accept staff recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Duke. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation.
That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
Thank you.
Okay. Whew. For reconsiderations, the motion so ordered for the cases on pages 2 through 9 in which the respondents did not appear is to deny the reconsideration.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Wainwright, second by Ms. Berrien. Vote.
We all vote. Yeah.
Yeah, can we do all?
Oh,
Like all of us? Thank you.
All in favor?
all, okay. All in favor? All right. Cases continued. The motion so ordered for the cases on pages 11 through 19 in which the respondents did not appear and are not in compliance is that the fines be imposed as stated in the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Wainwright, second by Mr. Berrien. Do we vote? All in
Yes.
favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. dismiss with fine. The motion so ordered for the cases on pages 20 through 25 in which the respondents did not appear is to dismiss with fines as listed in the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Wainwright, second by Mr. Varian. How do we vote?
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Ayes have it. Dismiss with no fine. The motion so ordered for the cases on pages 26 through 31 that are now in compliance is to dismiss with no fine.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright, second by Ms. Varian. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. And that looks like everything. Case, motion, meeting adjourned.
All right.
Man, I thought these tablets were running out of battery.